Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Tilted Table. We are very excited to have you here with us today because we are playing Foundations of Rome! This exciting game is on Kickstarter right now, ! KS in chat. You should definitely go check it out. It is close to $1 million funded, which is insane. So yeah, before we get started on talking about what this game is and how we play it, let's do a quick round of introductions. First off, my name is Jordan, aka Axel Hellfire, and I'm joined by my regular colleague,
Guilty Cosplay.
And we have two special guests.
Our guest stars.
Oh, yes, I'm a Cervic. Hello.
I'm Psychotica.
Woo, woo, woo. Yes. Some of you may recognize them because they've been in chat on previous streams and on previous streams in person, on camera, as guests. So they're returning to us once again. And we have our beautiful new studio, which we're definitely going to use forever from now on.
Yep, go ahead and just move on in. My house is everyone's studio.
So let's talk about this game. So I actually am blanking on the other games that he's designed, but Emerson Matsuuchi is a legendary game designer who's done a bunch of games in the past. This game is an Emerson Matsuuchi game, and the general gist of this game is that we are all essentially city planners, and we have a bunch of buildings that we can build, and we're trying to acquire deeds to plots of land in the city so that we can build our buildings on those plots of land, thus acquiring money and population and glory, which become victory points for the game. So on a particular turn, there are three things that you can do. And I'll start with it very simple, and then we'll break it down. So on your turn, you can do one of three things and only one. You can either acquire more money, so you're basically asking for funding, or you can purchase lots from the auction, which are these cards in front of us here. So these are the deeds to new spots on the board. Or if you already have lots on the board, you can just add buildings to those lots for free as long as they fit in a consecutive set of lots that you own. So let's talk about that first action.
That's so much better.
Gaining money is everyone who chooses to gain money as their turn gets 5 gold as a basis. This comes to you from Romulus,
5 sisters,
who just provides you with that
Romulus.
5 funding. Yes. And then you get an extra amount of gold equal to the value of your commercial buildings. So there are buildings that have a coin symbol on them. Can you see if you can hold that in front of that camera and give them a little bit of a close-up there? It's kind of hard to see there, but in that upper right corner, there's a coin symbol on it. There are a bunch of buildings that have that symbol on it, and sometimes a number. So you would, in this case, this one had a 3 coin. So if you had that building in play and you took the action to gain money, you would gain 5 plus 3 coins, which would be 8. So you would count up all of the buildings you have that produce money, and that's how much money you would get. Now, for purchasing a lot from the auction, the lots have different costs. Going from left to right here, you have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So you pay the cost of that particular lot that you want. And when you buy a lot, say this one, you then shift everything to the left and deal a new one off of the top of the deck.
Okay.
One of the games that we played at KublaCon kind of functioned like this, remember?
Yeah.
It was like things were more expensive and then they,
You can't see what we're pointing. Wait, you can't see what we're pointing at? It should be on the camera.
That's what I was bringing.
Right here, K-Bots. You should be able to see what I'm pointing at. If not, that's not good because I can see it. Can you not see my hand moving above the cards?
It's hard to see these.
I know it's not the top. I'm just trying to point at that section of things. So I just wanted to make sure that you could see it.
Take a loan.
Yeah. So cards here. Yeah. Right there at the top of the board. So you buy a card from the row. It increases in cost from left to right. Wherever you buy it from, you shift everything else to the left so it becomes cheaper. Then you deal a new card to the end of the row. Once you've acquired a card, say this one, which is B1, you would take one of your available ownership tokens, if you have them. If you don't have any available ownership tokens, you cannot take this action at all. And then you would place that token on the board where that lot is located. So B1 would go there.
He's cheating already.
So we're just starting with 2 available. Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep. So the only way to get more ownership tokens is to build buildings, because the buildings will go on those lots, and then you will take the ownership tokens back.
Okay.
There are 6 ownership tokens on the board for every player right now. We have 2 extras, so there's 8 total that you'll be working with, right? The third action is both the easiest and simplest, and also the most complicated because it's the one that has the biggest impact on the game, which is building buildings. So, building buildings doesn't cost you anything. The only time you ever spend your money as a resource is to buy deeds. All of the materials and costs of actually building the building is provided to you by Romulus. Thank you, Romulus.
Thank you, Romulus.
So, let's say, for example, that I wanted to build a bakery. Now, the bakery is just a 1 square building, and so I can put it where any of my ownership tokens are. So, for example, I might decide to build it on D2. I would just pick up my ownership token from D2 and place the building there, and that would be the end of my action. Now, let's say, for example, that I had 2 ownership tokens next to each other on A1 and B1. Then I could say maybe build this Domus Maximus,
double wide.
which is worth 2, right? Somebody did lose a token, and we need to figure out where it
It
lives.
goes on G4.
G4.
Show me the card.
You know what? You're right. It goes on. Put it on.
Yeah, G4. Rip that TV station. So, as with any of the buildings, you just have to have a sequence of plots that form the shape of that building. So some of them are sort of L-shaped, so you would need to have 3 in an L shape. Some of them are square. Some of them are really long. This one takes up 4 in a row. So that's the basic building. There is, however, a second part to this, which is upgrading. So let's say that I own C2 and B2, which are right next to each other, and I had already built a bakery there. Now, as my build action, I can replace existing buildings with a building that is larger than the existing building. You can never replace a same size building, or you can't downgrade. So if I wanted to build a Domus Maximus, I could replace this building and this ownership token, and then I would just take both of them back and put them on my board. Now, that same thing could be true if I had 2 one-size buildings and I replaced them with a 2-size building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Similarly, if I had, let's say that I had like an L-shaped building, right, which takes up 3 spots, something like that, and let's say that I owned enough.
Well, that's just.
Let's say I owned enough ownership to maybe put one of the straight line ones that's 4. So it's a size 4, which is bigger than a size 3. So let's say if I owned both of these plots down here, I could put it there. That actually frees up this C2 space because the L covers the 4, right? The 4 covers 2 of the 3. So you would actually put your ownership token back out.
You put your ownership token back on.
Yeah, so you don't lose that plot, you still own it.
Okay.
And I imagine that you cannot do that if you don't have an ownership token to put back out.
Correct.
Ooh. Oh, Psychotica, how do you spell your name?
PSYQA Psycho TIQA. It's been a while. No, but Kate Bots, that's perfect. You did that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, K-Pods nailed it.
It's hearing you and you're peeking when you shout.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. So let's talk about the scoring of the game, which is actually where it becomes a little complicated. So the game goes in 3 rounds. Each round triggers the end of the round when someone purchases a deed such that the last deed gets dealt into the row. At that point, everyone, including that person, gets 1 more turn.
It's not the last deed is bought.
I will double check that.
Because eventually all of the deeds need to be depleted in order to go through the deck.
Oh, no, you're right. It is until the last one is bought. Okay. So, yeah, so you keep moving, even including clearing this. Okay. When all of the deeds are bought, everyone gets 1 more round in which they can take money or build buildings. Right? Okay. So if I buy the last deed, you would take a turn, Guilty would take a turn, Psychotic would take a turn, and then I would take the final turn.
And we all have the same building shapes.
Correct. Okay. We all have the exact same buildings. Same shapes, same abilities, same everything. They do exactly the same thing. Now, we would then, in between rounds, there are several things that we do to actually determine gaining victory points and things like that. So there's end of round scoring and then there's end of game scoring. And the round 3 scoring works almost exactly the same as the other end of round scorings, except that the portions where you would gain money, you actually just gain victory points instead because you have no use for money at the end of the game. So let's talk about...
So money does not convert into victory points if you hoard it.
Correct. Not as far as I know. So there are a couple things here. So there are residential buildings, which are buildings that have a person symbol on it. If you want to show an example to the camera here.
So the person who takes the last deed card also plays last.
Yes.
Is what our Geist leader
yes.
is letting us know.
Yes.
Awesome.
Also, huge welcome in chat because that is someone who works for Arcane Wonders. So, yes.
Yay.
So thank you,
Thanks
Robert,
for
hopping in the stream and for providing us with a prototype of the game to play tonight.
Money on hand doesn't work at anything.
That's helpful.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Are we limited to the money that's here in the game, or can we use extra money?
It's an excellent question. While he's answering that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the end of round scoring. So there are I believe, primarily 3 different types of buildings in the game. There are the commercial buildings, which have the coin symbol that we talked about earlier. There is the residential buildings, which have the citizen marker. And then there are municipal buildings, which are sort of specialty buildings that award points for certain conditions. Mm-hmm. So the residential buildings are basically determine your population. So this big square building has 6 citizen. And so that would give you 6 population. You get victory points equal to the total number of population that you have at the end of the round. And then the person who has the most citizens at that time gets a bonus. In the first round, it's 4 points. In the second round, it's 7 points. And in the final round, it's 10 points.
Okay.
What about the ones that have VP and citizens?
We'll talk about that. Those are municipal buildings.
No.
Oh, I see. No, you're looking at this one, right? That's a municipal building.
No, because municipal looks like that.
That's not a municipal building. Oh, actually, no. It does say that there is the icon on it.
If you give me a chance to get to that, I will explain it in more clarity.
Different ones?
I'll explain it in more clarity when we get to it. It's a municipal building.
Look at the left bottom corner.
Got it.
So the ties for determining who gets the bonus are shared. So if there are 2 people tied, they both get that bonus, right? So as Robert said here, they've changed the name to be Civic now, but basically they're color coded. So the gray colored ones are the commercial buildings. These sort of other light colored ones are the residential, and then the dark colored ones are municipal. So the buildings are not color coded. The main color of the buildings are not by player type. They're actually by building type. The stickers on the top that tell you what they're worth are also color-coded by the player so that you can tell what you own out there.
Well, we can tell. Jordan
Well,
probably
yeah.
can't.
We'll get to that. So I'm going to talk about the commercial buildings again just to
Sam's
clarify for
here.
people. Hi, Sam!
Oh, I have that labeled as hay.
Wow.
You know what? I had a change of heart.
Wow.
I have it labeled as hay on the stream deck.
And instead of hey, it just says blame Jordan. So really, the fact that it doesn't say hey is my fault. Clearly.
It is.
So commercial buildings give you a coin per their value, the same way they would for taking the action. The difference is the end of round money collection does not give you the 5 base bonus that comes from Romulus. So you only gain based on your buildings. That's the only difference. Does that make sense?
K-Pods is making
Sam, you have to go get snacks. Sorry.
Sam, bring us back snacks.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about municipal buildings because that is a very interesting way with how this works. So municipal buildings award victory points based on the types of buildings that border them. And by that I mean like not sharing a corner, but like literally sharing a side somehow. It does not matter who owns the buildings that you border. So
Okay.
the Resplendent Library gives you a victory point per citizen that you have. Sorry, not citizen that you have, but per residential building that you have next to it. So, for example, if I had this building and then these 2 buildings were next to it, which are both residential, that would give me 2 points, I believe.
Okay.
Right?
All except the smallest commercial buildings also grant victory points each round.
Yes.
Okay, so that's written on the player board. Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait,
So
wait.
their values are
The
underneath
commercial
them. The
ones
commercials.
only.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Um,
these ones get victory points only at the end or between each round?
between
if
each
they're
round.
bordering the right
Okay.
thing.
For the bordering, it's at the end of each round.
Okay.
Okay.
So you also have some buildings that give you victory points per commercial building that borders them. Right?
Hold on. What's based on the population?
He's talking about how many points you get from residentials, which is based on the population.
Between each round?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything we're talking about now is between each round.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing. The only thing that changes at the end of the round is that instead of getting money, you just get more victory points.
Okay.
That's the only thing that changes right now. All right. So you also have a. Let's see. We've talked about points per residential and points per commercial building. You also have points per municipal building. So the garden gives you 2 victory points for every other municipal building that borders it. So you kind of want to stick that in the middle of all the other municipals if you can. And then there's another one that gives you 3 per, which is the luxury garden. And then there are 2 buildings that give you a point per any building that borders it. It doesn't care about the type.
There are the fountains.
Yes, the fountains. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they are worth nothing unless they are touching other buildings. They give you points based on the building type.
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter who owns the building.
Okay.
Make sense? That's the summary there.
All right. The ones for commercial commercial victory points gained from those. I don't know what those are now. Based on the number printed on the commercial buildings. Not based on the number of buildings for those 2 types.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So it is it's per citizen
it's-
and per coin rather than per building. That makes sense. So if you have, say, this one that gives you, which is the residential neighboring one, and it's next to this one building that gives you 6 citizens, it would give you another 6 victory points, is the way I'm understanding it. Great. And the same thing for coins, which is great. So it scales if you put your municipal building next to really good residential or commercial buildings, it's worth even more. And you could even stick it next to somebody else's really good buildings, which is very interesting. All right, so we've learned about the building types. Now let's talk about the end of the game. The game ends at the end of the third round, the same way that works regardless, right? The only thing that changes for scoring, there's two things. One, as we've said several times already, instead of collecting coins for your commercial buildings, you would collect additional victory points. So the foundry, which is normally worth 5 victory points and 3 coins, would just be worth 8 victory points after the third round.
Okay.
Secondly,
Hold on. Scoot it back. What?
every coin you would gain at the end of the third round, you just get more victory points instead.
Okay.
That's it.
But not coins in hand.
We'll call them civic buildings because that's the update. The rule book still says municipal, but since we have an expert here who has now told us that they're called civic buildings, we will call them civic buildings.
Hi, Julie.
Yes.
Other people can move their building. Can you move your building once you've put it down? I don't think so.
Oh,
But you can
Sort of.
build over
you can
it.
upgrade a
right.
building, which would then remove it.
Use it later.
Yeah. So that could be interesting. Yep.
So good question.
Hello, Julie Greenbrier, another person who we've had as a guest on the stream. I believe if this is the Julie Greenbrier I'm thinking of, this is someone who joined us for Barbarian Battlegrounds.
Barbarians! Oh
Yes.
man, I was so
Hello,
mad
Julie.
that I missed that game. It looks so cute.
Are the VP points right here in the bottom counted at the end of each round?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Kate's
The
Kate will say
the
civic
only
as a
things
compromise.
that do not count at the end of each round are the 2 end of game scoring rules, which is that instead of getting coins, you get
Right.
additional victory points, and empty lots that you own that just have your token left on it are worth a point each.
Okay.
So if you don't manage to
Oh.
build on them, they're still worth a point. Make sense?
Okay.
That is it. That is the whole game.
All right, we played.
All right. So let the
Play
hate drafting begin.
No, we're not drafting.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean,
she means
essentially,
buying.
that's what I'm-
She's just gonna buy all the lots that you want.
I want this one right
So,
now. I'm gonna
everyone-
buy it. You should get it.
Good.
Everyone
great,
starts
get it.
with 6 lots that they own already and 5 gold to spend.
We don't have to be that loud.
Sorry. And we need to figure out who's going first, and we're going to do it from our...
Oh, the way they did it for the Super Bowl.
God damn it.
Did they actually do that for the...
No, that would be
That would be
No,
amazing.
but when they went to flip the coin, he was like, "Why aren't they putting their fingers on a phone?"
We're going to schwazi it up.
Schwazi, schwazi. Oh. All
right,
It
So-
says purple
But
player.
I'm purple, so that
Now
means
that-
I get
so
to go.
now that
There
we-
were 2 purples
You
on
know
there.
what?
Now that we know who's going first, we get to give extra money to the other
Sam's
players.
going first.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So-
So just one for each player.
Sam, not
Yeah.
until you bring us snacks.
So I actually start with 6.
I'm gonna start with 7.
You start with 7. And Guilty starts with 8. So you can give us some of the ones
Wait, is
back.
there a difference between
Those are
This is
5s, I believe.
5?
Or no, they're 3s.
Oh,
Because I
Jamie.
can't math. So you actually want
2 and
that.
1.
There you go,
We
serve it.
ever need them.
Darren, come on, no.
I'm not putting
Don't
my.
do this. Please
All
don't
right.
do this.
So we have 5, 6, 7, and 8 for
But
money.
couldn't you see? Oh, the monies.
Yeah. So there's 2 different types of money
Oh, back down.
here.
Whoa, no.
Oh god.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Keep talking.
We just have piles of money. There's 2 different types of money. One are these big
Oh my god.
yellow, gold ones, and then the silver ones. So the silvers are worth 1, and the larger gold ones are worth 3.
The money's right there, Kate Butts. It's not that exciting. There we go.
All right.
So I'll be starting.
Yes.
Let's destroy civilization.
Woohoo!
Yep. So you could buy a lot if there's something you really want, or you could just start building buildings.
So I'll be buying a deed, B1, which is
Ooh.
for 3 tokens.
Yeah, I thought you might do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need to look
They
at
got
these
it.
and see if there's anything close to what I want here.
And then do I get to place a token
Yes.
on the deed?
Yeah. So yeah, basically the cards are just there so that we can keep track of what we own in case we screw up or forget to put a token back.
Cool.
Always put the tokens out there. I think I'm going to also buy, but I need to look at this very closely to see. See what it is that I want to buy. I definitely do want to buy something though.
You should get one.
Half of this,
so that
half
you
of
can
this
take it.
row is stuff that I could use. So I'm gonna spend 3 for E7,
Do it.
and my arms are short. E7, please.
Okay. Dang.
Exactly, Robert. Yeah, we. I did remember to mention that, but in case people weren't listening here in the room,
Okay.
yes,
No, we got it.
you can't buy deeds if you have all your ownership markers out.
R. Smith, you know it, and that already happened actually.
Cards in case cat attack. Yeah. We set up the board and then the cat knocked over 3 of the tokens.
Nah,
Hey,
that already happened.
3 out of
3.5
like
actually, because F6 is
15
almost on
is
G6.
Not so bad.
Okay, I'm gonna build.
He's building.
He's building.
In,
That's why doggos are better.
I'm gonna put out this little domus. No, that's not a domus. That's a bakery.
Doubtful.
That's a bakery. We're starting a downtown kind of thing over there.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotta bring people in and baked goods. Help you.
Interesting.
Oh, I get a bonus
Nope.
40 points,
Nope.
right, for being the first person to build.
No. Buy everything. That's right. I agree. Who needs to build when you can just buy?
Yeah.
Guilty, 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 guilty. I mean, we definitely need a hate draft
I think
against
I know.
this guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, says the person with 5 in a row about to go on.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the person who set up the board too.
Uh-huh.
Just saying. I'm buying B6.
Like a B6.
See? She is hate drafting against me.
Hey, technically it's both you and Majid.
He
It's right in
didn't
the
care
middle.
about that.
Like a B6.
He cares more about B4.
Before what?
Exactly.
I'll be building a bakery right here.
Yeah, stay out of my neighborhood. Spread out these bakeries.
Buy everything. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm gonna get that fresh bed smell from my lot right there at B6. Ah, lovely.
I am going
Chicken old
to build a pottery studio
Snooty
on B7 and
ass
C7,
hat. That's what you are.
which were my rigged starting locations right next to
Rigged.
each other. Hashtag rigged! Exclamation point blame.
I am going to.
Like a B6. Nah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna purchase. For.
Thank you, Fluff.
Appreciate it.
I had too much on my. I shouldn't have had this one. I should have had
You
this
said
one.
These are worth 3.
Oh, there were 3.
Yeah, so you should have
Okay,
had
that
7.
makes sense with the 3 hash.
Yeah,
mark.
that's why I
you know.
fixed it for you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, stop trying to take money, Jesus.
I was trying to
Uh-huh.
write this, except I was
Uh-huh.
wrong in my writing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheating.
Cheating.
I was cheating in reverse. I was giving
Yeah.
myself less money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm spending 3, 6, and purchasing.
Seriously?
He
Yeah.
wants G5.
This. I want G5.
It does make an L for him.
Indeed.
Alright.
It
So
does.
I
Cheers.
yeah. And D8 has come out onto the table.
Dum, dum,
Alright.
dum.
Oh wow, look who needs that.
Dum dum dum.
All right, time to hate draft that one.
Very expensive. Nope, too rich for my blood. All right, let's see what we got. Why is C2 out here if you have a blue thing on it, Jordan?
That's a good question. Did C2 get shifted? Do I have?
Yeah, that might
Yeah,
be
it got
a-
moved. I have D2.
Everyone should maybe just recheck their cards.
Yeah,
because of
I
the
tried to
cat
check them, but I
attack.
think I missed one.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Feline terror, you know, like you do. Like he do.
Actually, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm good. All of mine are
Are
correct.
we working with this?
Yes.
Yes, we're not working with the J's and the 10s.
J's are 5.
But
But
Eyes-
we are doing the eyes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
I was
only
just-
one person has found one so far, and that would be over here. Is I7. That is why you keep the cards. Absolutely. He could take D8 out on a date.
Guilty. You're
get
at,
out.
This is F6, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's scoot that a little bit there.
You. I should have B3. Yep, got it. F9. Yep. B6. Yup. Okay.
What do?
What?
Do? What do? I definitely feel like there's an early game here where you're just like building a lot of your small buildings so you can get tokens back
Yeah.
and getting them out there for that first round.
Maybe.
Whose turn is
Mine. I don't want that.
Where's the Jeopardy music button?
I don't want that. I don't want that. Sorry, I was rechecking
it's-
all of my cards because I thought the cat might have moved some. Don't want that.
Getting commercial buildings out to increase your yeah. I feel like these bakeries are really nice in the early game, which is why people have been
so
building
this
them.
is gonna give me 1 money
Yeah,
at the
so-
end of this round.
And whenever you take the gain money action. So if for example if Psychotica here builds a second bakery and then takes the money action, he would get 7 money because he would have 2 bakeries plus 5.
Okay.
No K8 puns tonight. I mean, there's no K8 on the board, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Yeah,
But
we're
there's
not-
K8 in chat.
Kate's not here.
Yeah,
we're not
Kate
playing
is
with-
here.
We're not playing with J or K.
JK, LOL.
That's serious. Is it?
You check. There's always money in the bakeries and the banana stand.
In the banana stand. Yes.
Which one's the banana stand? Oh, Artisan Forum.
Burn
of
your
course.
bakery.
Artisan Forum is definitely a banana stand. Artisan
What'd you do?
bananas.
I built on B3.
Okay.
Okay. I will be building on.
I'll pledge a second time for an Arrested Development
C4.
reskin. But then you wouldn't need any buildings because no buildings ever got built in that game. Or in that show.
Bakeries all over.
I'm gonna build a second pottery studio
We have
on
pottery studio.
E7 and F7.
Okay.
Hey, welcome people from the Kickstarter post.
Hey!
Build right here.
I don't know what
And
exactly
that
you're
is my
talking
Artisan
about, but
Forum.
I'm
Welcome,
excited.
welcome everyone. It's good to have you here. We're playing Foundations of Rome, but if you came here from the Kickstarter, you already know that.
Yay!
It's good to have you here. We're Tilted Table,
Hello.
and we are about 3 turns into the game, so you got here just in time. We're kicking things off here.
Yeah.
Foundations of Sudden Valley, coming 2025. Nice.
It's my turn already?
Nope. Circle.
What?
Wait, what? No, I built in the new
No,
build.
I built.
It's
Oh, your
back.
Oh.
Yeah, we both knew. Did you
Guilty.
wow.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. He got his L-shaped Artisan Forum already out.
Yeah,
So-
because some people cheated and started with pieces next to each other.
I mean, to be fair, he bought the connecting piece.
Right.
Yes, but he had
They
two
weren't next to
close-
each other.
Yay!
They were diagonal
Welcome
from
to
each
the
other.
table.
That's not
Thank you for the
adjacent.
follow.
Thank you.
Excuse you, they were, and you are a dirty cheater, and
Okay.
I want
Hey,
my
Heroic
money back.
Logic. Good to see you. Long time.
Can I build over someone else's building?
No,
Are
literally
you
never.
sure? Are you sure
Yeah.
I can't just bulldoze?
You can build those your own.
Nah, that's good. All right, so
Just be like, "Huh."
this market will give me points for being next to this commercial building,
No.
right?
Okay.
Wait.
Yes. Yes. Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put down
Or
the market.
coins adjacent.
Do you get?
Yep.
So it's going to
does
be
Guilty get a
in
permanent?
this particular case at the end of the round. This is going to give her 2.
2 points
Points.
because that building is
Okay.
worth 2 coins. Yes.
All right.
2 points.
Sweet.
Oh, Psychotica. You should take your turn, but then you've been nominated to get snacks.
Get
What is up?
snacks.
Oh,
get
Okay,
snacks.
but wait. I'm gonna do this pottery studio.
Not saying
first,
D7 doesn't have
and
good
then
value
I'm gonna
right
go
now.
grab snacks.
Yes.
Not
Take-
saying it doesn't. Ooh.
D7.
Snacky.
Where is D7?
D7.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. I know, Robert. I know.
Technically, it only has 2, though, right? So the same as mine?
Thankfully, everyone
Oh,
else
no,
is
there's
broke,
3.
Robert, and I'm going to use my
Why are
action
you
to
shouting?
take money. So I get 7 because 5 plus my 2 pottery studios, which each give me
Oh, it
1
does have
each.
3.
So
Okay.
The Duomo
hey,
of this little guy was blocking
cash
the
money.
sign.
Welcome to the table. We saved you a seat.
I am going to.
Oh no, not the gross ones. Are those the armpit cheeses?
No.
No, those are pizza
There's
ones.
a pizza.
Okay, alright.
Equally as gross.
Kit!
Kit
No,
with
not
the
equally.
25
25
months.
months. Thank you for the sub. Welcome
Wow.
back. Blame.
For those of
Jordan.
you who don't know Kit is a moderator of the stream and I think our longest
That's okay.
tenured sub at this point. 25 months. That's over 2 years. That's
I
ridiculous.
put it at another bakery.
You're just baking all over the place. Yeah. Exclamation point Kit. Who's that?
Great minds, Kit.
Guilty
yeah,
fix this.
R Smith, there's there.
Sorbet.
What are
Sorry.
they technically?
Water bottle.
DJ Fluff has longest under, but he
And I
rigged it.
believe it is now
Jerk.
Guilty's turn.
Is
It
it my
is.
turn?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we don't know whose turn it is, it's probably your turn.
Acerbic built another bakery.
Bakery.
Wow, Fluff. Way to call me out like that.
I'm gonna get money.
Parmesan one
Raccoon
tastes like a...
scabs, hey? Was that a...
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, Kit, you look amazing with your gold tilted table die.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we can. I'm glad that we can finally see that because I think that might be a 2-year badge. Unless Kit's had it for a while and I'm just blind.
I don't think it shows up in the chat thing that we usually
Oh, it's the
use.
1-year badge. Okay, so Kit actually has had it for a while.
Yeah, we just
Now we need to add a 2-year.
we have to upload the 2-year badge.
All right,
Stop
Kit.
distracting me from my turn, you jerk.
It's just going to be a picture of Kit. That's the 2-year badge.
Yeah, I'm broke. Okay, all right, give me money.
How
much
many
do I
commercial
get?
buildings do you have in play? The bakery, right? So you would get 6
All right,
because you have 1
I
bakery.
don't get it for my civic
Nope.
building. Okay.
The civic building generates points based on commercial buildings.
Pain.
Affiliates don't get a 2-year badge unlock. Oh, why you got to do that to us, Fluff? Do they get a 1.5 year?
Can we get it though? Cause we're special. Wait, give me no cheese.
I mean,
please.
could just partner us, right? That's how that works.
Thank you.
I'll be exchanging, and actually no, I'm not gonna be exchanging. I'm gonna
That's
be
actually true, K-Bots.
requiring some money.
You're requesting money from Romulus. Thank Romulus.
Please, Aramitus.
How
Please
much
give
would
money.
you
You know
like?
what? I'm
So I
gonna
got
think it's for
5s.
Remus.
1, 2, 3.
Kit, that sounds
So it's
awesome.
like 8?
Yep.
So
Does the pottery studio get 1?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
But it's
So,
also worth
6,
victory
7,
points
8.
at the end of the game.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Or
And
not,
at the end of the round,
rounds,
yeah. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to do the thing that is obvious now that people can afford to block me, which is I'm going to spend 6 to buy
But
D7 before somebody takes it, because Robert tried to spoil my strategy by telling everyone how valuable it was.
Oh, we knew.
Oh
it.
no.
So I'm just going to get that out of the way.
Look at this! Look at this uninterrupted line that he's gonna have.
G7.
All I have to do is get 6 more monies.
It's your turn.
Yeah,
Buy
I
it.
am
Buy it
going
so you
to.
can't take it.
No, I'm not gonna buy it. I can't
Wow.
afford anything right
Yeah,
now.
there's
Look
probably-
what I
Yeah,
can
you
do.
are a broke
Okay.
bitch.
There's probably
If you're
diminishing
all
returns,
okay
to
with
be
this,
honest.
I will. No.
You'll play one.
You'll pay
I
one
am
for it.
going to.
Just yeah,
I
it's
agree.
just 1,
this
right?
is fine.
Oh, I could get H7 too. I'll just get both, right? That's how that works.
Okay, I'm gonna take money. Which is going
Magic,
to
you
give
should
me
probably buy H7.
for
I'm just saying.
Maybe
You
so
know,
it's gonna give me
for
other
your
nine.
friends.
1, 2, 3. Okay, that's my turn. Your turn.
I know.
Thank you, Remus.
Robert's equally coaching everyone. That's fair. Secretly hoping we hit the 1 million mark while this live stream is going.
That
Me
would be
too.
Oh,
awesome.
that would be so
That would be
fun.
awesome. You should all go back it because
It was very
this
cool.
game is very cool and it is so close to 1 million.
I already know I want the Emperor pledge.
It's
I want
very
5
cool.
of them. I want 5 emperors.
Do it now, live on stream, and then maybe you could be the million.
Don't hold me back.
I'll hold you back.
Put your phone in the other pocket.
No, my phone's somewhere else.
I'm
It's
not
my
gonna be able
backpack.
to get any next to each other. They're just not coming up for me.
Well, there's future rounds.
I know.
You get those ones
Just
out
pay
there.
rent, yes.
I guess so. I'll just buy up some cheap lots like a
Kid, I'm probably a
sleazy
little too
real
poor for
estate
this.
developer. Yep. I'll buy
C9?
B9 just for
Oh, B9.
shits
Nice.
and.
I mean, I could go.
Oh, we buy houses.
G8.
That's
Hey, you
my
made H7
motto.
even cheaper for him.
Thank you.
These buildings are screaming at you. Paint me. We're leaning commercial. Yeah. I want money. I want to be rich enough to be able to buy the one that I really want when it comes up. I just want to be rich and famous. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
Well, good thing you're not my boss.
Oh, whose turn?
Me.
He did his. Okay.
Yeah.
Remus's.
He did his due.
Remus gives me money whenever I ask. Money, please. Aw, K-Bots.
I actually am going to take money from Romulus, which gives me 7. So we'll do that.
Metox, the shape of the board and the fact that it had so many things going on made me nervous. But
Yeah.
the fact that the mechanics are so
Paying for
simple,
date.
I'm into it.
Nice.
So far.
He's going on a date.
I
He's got.
was
another
saying last night that I
combo.
was nervous about this,
I should have blocked
but I'm
you.
feeling okay.
Jawan, if you had blocked me, I would have made sure you
I
paid
know.
for it.
It's fine. It is what it is.
Whose is this? Yours?
Yeah.
Ah, you
Just
jerk.
make a cute little bakery.
Well, I'm gonna bulldoze it. Is that okay?
No.
Can I pay you to bulldoze it?
I mean, if I get G1,
Can I-
you can pay me to
Can I
bulldoze it.
buy up your vacant houses?
What?
I really want to buy vacant houses. All right, fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep flipping
That's probably it.
It's not bad.
property at the end of the
I mean,
list.
yeah, could be worse.
I don't think I paid for the last one. There
Oh,
we go.
here you
There's
go.
4.
I'll count it.
I'll be purchasing C2.
I was wondering.
Almost 2,000 tits. That's so many.
Wow. Well, since everybody,
What?
If I was a rich
since
girl.
literally everyone took their turn buying deeds and made it extremely cheap, I'm just gonna spend the 2 to get more in the row and just take G7.
Did that for him.
I now have a row that is 7 in a row.
I hate everyone.
But we are almost out of cards, so we do need to start thinking about our end game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of deeds to purchase, but... Hello, Board Gamer Mark. Welcome to the stream. There
It
aren't
is
any
fun so
7-length
far.
buildings, but there are 2 4-length buildings, so if I could get A7...
Nope.
We just need A7 to come up.
Jordan rigged it.
Probably.
B9. Lol.
But
1,000 times the usual number.
I am going to, I'm gonna build.
Nice.
Oh,
Man.
you're just making
Robert was
his
right.
stupid thing more
D7 is a
popular.
great location.
You suck and I hate you. That's the moral of this story.
Could have just owned a property to never build on it.
He
because,
did,
you know,
Robert. He did. He was very nice about
Yeah,
it.
there's no way I was not going to do that.
I mean, you could have put your citizen L out if you
Why would I
wanted,
wanted to?
because it's going to be worth victory points in exactly 7
Oh, who
deeds.
cares about victory points when you can have money?
It's
Money
true.
is victory.
Money is victory. Yeah. That's fair.
Population bonus is up for grabs still.
It's true. No one has any population, so
What's the bonus for most population?
4 this turn. 4 victory points. Of course, there could be. We could all spend a bunch of turns putting little domuses out there if we wanted. It just depends.
It's true. What do you call my buildings?
Nothing. Remember, end of round, you get 1 point per population you have. Plus, the leader gets 4-point bonus. Exactly. Yeah, we all optimized for money. Now we got to start thinking about population. No houses in Rome. That's right. We only make money here in Rome. We are a commercial center.
If something borders something
Basically
else
San
on
Francisco.
2 sides, do I get to count it twice or just once?
I believe it is per building.
Is it per building or per side for the civic bonus? A2 Arcus.
Oh, you're talking
She's
about
thinking about
a
H4
randing. Yeah.
I mean, H4 is
I'm
going to be
assuming
valuable
it's-
regardless.
I'm assuming it's just per the building.
Because
based
if-
off of
Trying
if
to
he
this.
make you
gets-
spend my money.
Well, if he gets H4, then now he can start putting his square down
You could put his
and get
square down.
a big upgrade. That would be worth 6 victory points.
What
if
will
he
you
swapped
give
it.
me to buy H4?
I can't give you any of
Just
it.
buy H4. I
You
don't
could
care.
give me your word as a
I
gentleman.
truly don't care. Just
Not
buy
you.
H4.
Not you. I want
She's
to
trying
know
to bargain
what
with
Jordan
me.
is going to give me.
Nothing.
Preferential treatment for B8?
Spend your
Any
money.
buildings adjacent, yeah. So it's per building.
Dang it. What about you won't grab up G9
Oh my
when I
God.
want
Just
G9?
buy it or don't.
Fine, I'll take it.
Hey, look, G9.
No, I don't want that one.
You literally just picked that one and then it came up.
Yeah.
We building a Domus Maximus.
Thank you, Streamlabs.
Nice.
Stop letting Jordan win.
All right. I'm going to spend another 2 to get G8. Right there. Nope. Nope.
Oh,
nope.
that's, oh yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh no, we actually should take G9. He's going to be a terror.
What are you talking about?
For Kitsumakaji in 25 months.
What? R. Smith, thank you for that resub. That's
R.
2 months.
Smith.
Appreciate it.
I am
That's
going
really sad.
to.
Enjoy your amazing emotes, R.
Luxury
Smith.
garden
didn't pay
was
for your last
adjacent
building,
to-
did you?
Yes, I did.
How do you have
I
so
put
much
them
money?
right there because I took money.
All right.
I mean, she has the same amount I have, and I just bought something.
I'm gonna pay 3 and take G1.
Yeah, I was wondering who would do that. I kind of wanted it, but oh well.
I already paid 3, and I put out a thing.
All right. I'll pay for I1 so you can have it. Oh no, I can't. I don't have pieces.
Oh, ran out of pieces. It's okay.
I'm gonna build
Someone else can block him.
on... Let's see. I'm gonna put a fountain on H4,
Yeah,
and it will be worth 2.
Okay.
of course we. Buying E1.
E1.
Hey, Ben
Nice.
Myers. Oh, channel points.
I am going to go ahead and build my market on D7 before I run out of turns. to do so.
Shocker. You jerk.
I can't help it that everything
Sweet
surrounding it is
strategic location.
that type.
I hate it.
I am going to purchase I1.
Darn.
I
We
hate
tried.
I didn't
It's
actually
alright.
want to
There's
do
still
that,
time
but
for us to build population stuff.
it.
We've got 2 deeds left. There's still time, chat.
I don't trust y'all. What's gonna happen to... Oh, wait, we play until they're gone.
Yes, and then when they're gone, everyone gets 1 more turn.
Right. So we still
So
get
there's
Oh.
time, but if you wanted to get like multiple builds in, you probably got to do it now.
Take G9.
That's fine.
My first 2 next to each other. Oh my god.
I wouldn't complain so much.
A servant,
You've been
go
literally
get
hate
snacks.
drafting me.
Yeah, so go get snacks.
I'll do it after my turn.
What?
I'll be
Kate Bot says
upgrading.
go get snacks. That means to go get
This
We
snacks.
will,
building?
we will do that.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
I am going to. I think I'm going to end the round.
That's bait.
Yeah, I'm going to debate myself by
Bait.
buying B8s because it goes right next to a bunch of other stuff that I have. And then, now that we are out of deeds, everyone, including myself, gets one more round. You can't see the board, but be sure when building population buildings to update the tracker board to make end of round simpler.
Oh.
Oh, that's okay. That's,
Oh yeah, we haven't. I don't
Has
think
anyone
I
built a population building
I have,
yet?
yes.
You have for 2.
Over there, the
So you
Domus
can do your-
Maximus.
Yeah.
So red is currently winning the population battle with 2.
Okay.
Okay.
I shall.
I blame guilty.
I am going to.
Oh, he's going for it. The replace.
Whack.
Surprised you're doing that one and not the other one.
What are you doing?
Why would I do whatever the other one is that you're talking about?
Like you could do the straight line here, which would net you more points.
Oh, he already,
Why
he
would
done did it.
I'm
He did.
doing
You
that.
have
He done
this
did
one.
it.
You have that one, which is worth 4.
That one's worth 4 too.
Yeah, but you would keep this, which is worth 2, whereas this one's only
This is worth
not
1.
worth any points.
This is only
So you
worth
net
I
more
see what
victory
you're saying.
points
Okay.
if you went for the other location.
I
But
see
this
what you're
is only
saying,
worth-
and
Oh, no.
I mean, I don't have a problem with you doing
It
that
doesn't
because
bother
it
me.
also, in theory, denies
Well-
me some points.
No, we
It
already
denies
did
me
it.
1 point,
You already did it.
yeah,
but-
that's fun.
but I am not a stickler for he already did it
I am.
because I
I
believe in learning
not
the
gonna
game.
First
You're at 4.
4.
Okay.
There's enough things that are holding all of us back. I'm at 2 population as
Best
well
love
now.
emote.
2.
I'm not bullying him, R. Smith. If anyone's bullying anyone, it's
Oh,
guilty.
dang it.
It's my 4 as well.
He's at 4. They're battling for it.
Nope, not.
That's purple.
Wrong one.
Meanwhile, I'm just chilling. If I'm not gonna win the population battle,
This is the last turn. This round.
right? If I'm not gonna win the population battle, then playing something that is just worth 2 points.
Gamer Mark, that's only round 1. There are 3
Oh wait, I already
rounds.
have both of my pottery studios out.
This is the first third ending right now. If you want to read the rules, they're on the Kickstarter. Just linked right there.
I think I'm gonna make a gamble.
Yeah, board
here.
gamer Mark. I thought that this would go a couple rounds of people just doing some stuff to build up some money, but no. There's a lot more buying than I thought.
It's
Still
definitely
get
a
points
little
for
bit more
population,
complex
even
than
if not in the lead.
I thought it would be at first.
Ooh.
There's a lot of micromanaging
Are you
that
min
is
maxing right now?
behind the
I
scenes.
One
mean,
pop
you did just set me up for
1
this,
point.
or not you specifically, but he did. I think because that gives me 2 points instead of the other options.
Just go.
Yeah. Oh, even better. 3 points. I'm gonna put out my majestic fountain
Oh no.
into that gap where it's touching 3 buildings.
Okay, so it's a building
Any type.
VP.
Okay.
Yep.
So now mid round scoring or end of round
Yeah.
scoring.
So first thing that we score is population. So red and green get 4 points, and then they get another 4 points for being tied for first.
Okay.
Purple gets 2 points, and blue just cries in a corner.
Okay.
Secondly, everyone gets victory points for their civic buildings if they have them out.
3 for me.
Not that. This.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, sorry. You were counting this. I'm
That's
talking
the only
about.
thing.
I was talking about these, but we can do building values if you want.
Okay.
So we'll. Okay, if you have commercial buildings out, are they worth any points, and how much?
Yeah, and I don't, but I do have.
You have
that's
commercial
it.
buildings, so
Oh,
that's
commercial,
3.
Gotcha. Yep. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
1, 2,
My
3.
commercial are not worth anything.
Okay.
I have an artisan forum, which is worth 3 VP.
Okay. And I get on the board with 2 pottery studios worth 4. Now let's talk about civic buildings. The 2 of us have civic buildings. How much is yours worth, Guilty?
1, I believe. 1 each.
Oh, you have both of them out. Great.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there you get 2 points, and then I have 2 as well. This one is worth 3, and this one is worth 3, so that's 6.
Yes, we got population points.
Why is this one only worth 3? Because this one doesn't. Oh, that one's people.
Yeah, he
That's fine.
swapped it out on me at the last second. Now let's collect money. So for commercial buildings that you have in play, you collect for it. You do not get the base 5.
Okay.
So for me, that is literally just 2 money.
4.
1 money.
That's just 3 for me.
There you go. And I believe that's everything. Did we do that right, Robert? Could have gotten 1 more point with the library instead of the fountain.
You put out the fountain, right?
Wait.
Why the library?
Oh!
Because population?
Yeah.
That's
That's
so-
what I was.
But-
That's what I was worried about.
Oh, I actually forgot that.
Oh, because there's 2
I like.
Mhm.
I keep getting screwed up by the it is per population that the buildings provide, not per building. I cannot get that in my head, which is I was going to put out the library and then I swapped it because I thought it was the other way around.
But
So I
Hold
would have
on.
gotten. I should have gotten more points that way.
oh, thank you.
Which is fine.
Don't do that.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Robert. I just could not. Oh. Yeah, I could not get that through my head. But now I understand. But that means that
What
for
about
guilty
for
should have gotten 1 more
this?
point, I think. Right?
Do these score by number or
The market scores by total currency, right, Robert? I assume that the market and the library work similarly, just with the different
Yes.
symbols.
Okay, so 1 more.
So
point.
you get 1 more point. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna remember for the next round. I'm gonna actually
Why
understand
does
it.
say,
No, I'm good.
please no.
All right, so now we start the next round, and I actually don't know who starts the next round. Does it go to the after the person
It
who
was the
ended it, or does
person
it?
that it's next to the person that played the first. So I believe it's
It
you.
would be me then.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that
Oh
was in
no,
the
the
rule book
player
somewhere.
after the player who ended it. So it's
Okay, so it's
Yes.
so it's
So-
acerbic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just keeps going, so that everyone has equal turns. All right. So
Jesus.
Acerbic, you get to lead off the next round, and you will get to lead off with these deeds in play. Well, I'll take a moment to study who we're going to block here. Oh man, that C9's looking real nice for somebody.
A lot of eyes.
C920.
That's a C930, sir.
Well, then I guess you can't have it.
Nope.
Um,
Camera jokes.
H3's hiding. Over there.
Oh, did someone take
Wow.
H1 already? We forgot to make H1N1 jokes.
He did.
I did. There's no
there you
N.
go.
H9 is down there.
That's not your money, sir.
I know. It's about to be.
Stop
Are you
fingering
taking
that
money,
money.
as your first turn?
Probably. So I would
Get
Four,
that
9.
bread.
five.
That's the highway that runs up California, isn't it? I-5.
Maybe.
Or is that just the 5? I think it's I-5.
That's a good question.
I don't have a car. I just live here.
Not taking money.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I take money.
He takes a lot of money.
I take C9.
Wow.
Boo-boo! That was so lucky for me.
Yeah, it was.
I
He didn't want to deny it.
didn't see B8. I don't know how.
That was my
It's hard
debate
to
on the
not
last turn.
see, yeah, but I should have just taken that for my L.
What's on the
Having
schedule
that
for
come out
next
was
week?
Really lucky.
I'm not actually sure what is on the schedule for next week. It might be. We have a couple games that we're considering for the rest of this month. One of them is sitting on a shelf behind us.
Oh yeah, which is it?
H9. Yeah, they can't see it on the camera. But at some point in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be previewing another game that's on Kickstarter, which is The Lost Worlds of Josh Kirby.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to buy the thing that just became extremely cheap which is H3. Thank you.
Oh, rude.
I mean, you all keep making stuff cheap for me, so I'm gonna keep buying it.
But that's. I can't believe you people. I don't like
You're
you.
the first
I don't
person who
like
actively
you
hate
at
drafted
all. I know.
and tried to negotiate with others to make you.
So?
True.
So what?
True, yeah.
So what?
He's got a point there.
He has no point. 0 point at all. Nada. If anyone cared about Jordan winning, they would be actively drafting against him. But clearly, y'all are working with the enemy.
How is it that, like, less than halfway through every single game it becomes how do we stop Jordan from winning?
You bring it upon yourself.
I didn't
don't
do
know
anything.
You rigged the board.
I'm not
Play
even
the
winning
board.
right now.
Okay, sure.
I'm in third place.
Sure. Yeah, Agricola is right
Slow
there.
play.
We've owned that for a while.
Agricola.
I've actually never played it.
Yeah, that's one of the games on my shelf I have not played. Agricola. There are a few.
Whose turn is it?
I
Majid.
have.
No, Majid played.
Oh,
It's
what'd
your
you play?
turn.
Played.
He
I
got
got
H9.
H9.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And then didn't you get H3?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
got
so it
H3,
came back
so
around to
it's-
you.
No,
Oh, it's me,
so it's
guilty, did you?
Darren.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
your turn.
It's not
Sir,
my turn.
No.
It's,
What'd you do?
I got. Wait, what'd you do?
He bought H3.
He bought H3.
Yes, and then you played, and then
no,
you
what
played.
did you do?
What did you do?
What was you do as your second turn? I don't think you played your second
Oh,
turn.
I didn't play a second
Oh,
turn.
so we're waiting on you
Mhm.
then.
Mm-hmm.
I
Told
thought
you.
it had gone back around.
Nope.
Because I thought I saw Guilty do
I
something.
didn't realize it had gone back around. Okay, alright. It's my
Arsworth.
fault that time. Alright.
I'm in a hate
We've all taken
love
one turn then.
sort of
Okay.
situation with Grand Austria Hotel.
Oh, I love.
I have to be in a very specific mood to not hate it. And if I'm in that mood, then I love it.
This should look familiar
But
to anyone who
it's-
likes Grand Austria Hotel.
It's very...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you like it, so you know what it's like.
Yeah.
But for anyone who doesn't, it's very Euro. It's very, very Euro.
What
Did
was
you
I gonna
play?
do?
Also, you Guilty, you can't be that mad about me getting H3 because I4 and I5 are also on the table.
This is true.
So
I know.
I think you're fine until you get hate drafted.
Yeah, really.
Incoming. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I4 is still
That's
available.
just giving me
yeah,
something that I
he
need.
wants I5.
I want
That's
I5,
fine.
I4 is whatever.
D5.
Yeah. But
No.
someone who has their
I'm taking
fountain
I4
out could very much benefit from something getting built at I4. So seems reasonable. All right. Go
though.
ahead.
Alright, I gotta sell.
I'll be
Building.
purchasing 19.
You mean I9?
No, that's 19.
Okay.
H6.
Once again, the thing that I was prepared to pay lots of money for has now moved to the cheapest slot. So I'll
I
take
told
F2.
you guys that you need to keep
Then
eyes
you
on
do it.
him. No, you're threatening my eyes.
Uh-huh.
I like my eyes. I want
She
to
doesn't
keep
want to be
them.
blind.
Uh-huh. I need to be able to see my way to victory.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Mm-hmm. D3 is now on the board.
To be honest, Guilty, you,
Someone take it before
you
Jordan
probably
does.
like that I got this because it means I'm probably going to build something that makes your building more valuable.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I don't know. Not in my backyard.
I just want to know who's going to hate draft.
You love it with a 2P? You burn it in a
Love it
fire
with 2 players.
Oh, you burn it in
Yeah.
a fire with 4 players. I've only
Fair
ever
enough.
played Grand Austria Hotel with 2 players, I believe.
Is
Have
it
we
your
ever played
turn?
with more?
It's a Cerberus turn.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
thought.
How does it get back to? I'm not paying
'Cause
attention
we-
this time.
yeah.
Alright. I
What did you
am.
do?
I like how the building shapes are like building
19.
Tetris. I agree.
19. You're right.
Alright. What is any of this that I want? It's not really.
Strangely, the
Really?
like fitting things together is not that big of an aspect of the game because you're limited by what plots you can acquire.
We're not playing with J or 10.
He finally
right?
hate drafted me.
Hate. Ha ha ha.
Actually, he hate
Get
drafted
it?
both of
Because
us.
it's H8. He hate
That was a
drafted
double
all
hate
of us.
draft.
I love it.
Which
All right, C6 is now on the board.
Fair, I thought that was
Ooh.
perfect.
Well,
C6 is good for some people.
expensive though. It is too rich for my blood. I gotta start building. I am gonna put down an L. There's only one L, right?
There's two.
There's
One for
two.
each type. It's on the opposite side of the board.
Oh.
Yep.
Do I want money or do I want people? I think I want money.
Money.
No,
Building it right there on the front. Boom. The board is starting to take shape, chat.
It's
And
got a
most
shape.
importantly, Guilty got her ownership tokens back so she can buy deeds again. The plays. Meanwhile,
Mortis?
they're just sitting on ownership tokens like it's nobody's business.
Oh, Tetris.
I2 will build, but not at I2.
Yeah.
I'm going to build it F2, G2, and F3.
Alright.
Much to Guilty's delight.
I'm gonna have to pay more in property taxes. This sucks. Stop improving the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's...
Gentrifiers.
Okay, I am going to.
What can you do?
I am just a poor market owner.
I'm just a
And
poor
I-
bakery owner.
Would like
I
y'all
take
to
money.
stop invading my neighborhood. Yeah, I'll get money too. How much do I get? 5 plus every money thing I have out?
Yes.
8, please.
Nice.
Thank
Now I see why he said he's never seen people run out of money because we
I
spend it
do.
too fast.
I get 8 as well.
Wow, look at all these money people.
Yes, Sam.
I mean, if you all are taking
Jordan
money,
is reading everything.
I will also take money, and I get 9.
Miss Americana. What is that? A Lana Del Rey music video?
Yep, I'm definitely rigging things, Fluff. 100% confirmed.
And if you're all taking money, then I take money too.
Wow,
9. Just one piece.
Mr. Moneybags, for real. How much money do you have right now?
A lot. I have at least 20.
Why do you have so much
Because
money?
you took
So
money
on it.
twice in a row. And this is how we run out. Because
Who needs that much money?
we're all just going to spend the next 3 turns taking money and just to prove Robert wrong that he can run out. This is all part of the plan.
By D5.
Nice.
A3.
Nice. What do?
What do?
What do?
What do? I buy B4.
Damn it. I was hoping that would sneak through.
Ooh.
No.
Whoa.
No.
I'll just
Yeah.
just put that one up where we can see it.
D4 is the next one out.
Mmm.
Indeed.
A lot of interesting choices right now.
It's Jordan's turn.
Yeah. I actually am gonna take money again. And get another 9.
Taking H6.
Really? Okay.
Look at me, you just letting you play, not saying anything. We've hit our rhythm. Don't worry, in about
I'll take
5
hits.
minutes we'll all get stumped and end up thinking really hard.
I'm thinking hard now. Why is this double only worth 1? That is a rip.
Because
it's
we're
also-
2 VP.
Yeah, VP.
That's why I built both of mine already because they were worth so much. I think there's value. Value town. Meanwhile, the bakeries are not worth any VP until the third round. So they're just cheap ways to get easy money.
Mhm.
But if you can get the pottery studio, it's a clear win, I think.
I want a lot of things. I want the whole world. I want it now.
I want the whole world. Do, do, do.
That's and the whole.
I know.
Is it? I think.
It is.
Haven't heard
It's
that one.
not I want.
And the whole. Yeah.
353.
Nice. Alright, Sakataka. I see that block coming in. Hate drafted me again. And there goes A4 as he continues his thing. And
C3 comes up. Ooh, interesting.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how the thing I keep targeting ends up as the cheapest one, but I'm going to keep taking it. It is interesting how, like,
Interesting.
even though we could be hate drafting each other, there's like so many different ways where our strategies end up targeting completely different deeds.
C1, interesting.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, alright.
I see. Feeling so fly like a G6.
Okay,
Popping bottles in the ice.
I take
Getting slizzer.
money. Yeah, I take money. So I get 8. Right?
What's up, Super Freak Daddy? How you doing? She's taking money.
I'm getting money. I'm getting paid.
She's getting that money.
Go ahead.
Getting that money.
Okay. I'll be placing a marketplace
Nice.
right here.
Okay.
Well played.
Jordan? Why are we letting Jordan see G6?
Wow, Sam.
Because you're not here to stop it.
Blame Sam.
Blame Sam. Sam, what type of snacks
I'm
are
gonna
you bringing
buy-
us from Michigan?
C3.
I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
What's up?
I've never liked you,
It's true.
actually.
We knew this.
Alright, 6.
And I'm offended.
16?
Wow. Uh-oh,
16.
that didn't go well. That's real bad. Why did we let him do that?
Because you like me.
A3.
Why? That was mean. That was very, very mean. But okay. Well, if this is how it goes, then it goes. D4.
You know, has anybody played population buildings this round?
No.
Okay, so it's actually still
Budget.
accurate.
Why?
All right,
Why?
I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna
Why?
change things up here, chat.
Why?
We're gonna really
Tino Totino.
Do you
As
want
the
to trade?
Latin
Do you want to trade?
phrase go
Do
for
you
it.
want to
Nope.
trade?
No.
Are you sure you want to
Yes.
trade?
No
Here we go.
trade.
I
We're
would
gonna
like to
do
trade.
we're gonna do what I think is our first upgrade, right? Nobody's upgraded yet.
Everyone's upgraded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Oh, we
keep
have?
upgrading.
Okay.
Yes.
couple upgrades.
Oh yeah, you.
Where
did.
have you
Yeah.
been?
I don't know. All right, I'm gonna pull this, this, and this to put down my 6 population, and then
Behemoth.
claim that again.
Your gate.
He's putting McMansions in my neighborhood. I don't like it.
Yep, it's the Grand Insula.
I do not condone this reckless development. I think we should have a town hall
Do you
meeting.
condone recluse
Yeah.
development?
No,
Yeah, she
none of
does.
it. None
She-
of it. None of it.
I heard that
None
she
of it
did.
at all.
Oh, look at this. I shoot, who shall claim 6?
Wow. He just did that.
I don't like you.
Why did we let him acquire those? Shocked who didn't buy D4.
I am going to.
I got D4.
I know, but R. Smith is saying, I'm shocked you didn't buy D4, and I'm wondering who
Ooh.
R. Smith is talking to. It's the
Uh,
ugly apartment right in the middle of Bakery Row. Wow.
I wanted both of them, but I
Only so little time.
had to choose between D4 and A3, and I thought there was a chance that I could get both. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Makes
rip.
sense.
All right, we got C1 or G3. Where's G3? Can someone point it out to me? I can't even
Here.
see.
Oh, yeah. Let
Oh,
me
there.
update my population here. Wow, Mr. High Population.
It's build mode. Engage.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
If only someone hadn't bought D3.
Screw you.
Screw you!
So only someone hadn't bought
You hate drafted me.
C3.
You hate drafted me.
Let it go. That's ancient history, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I did a mistake. So my population should actually be 1.
Oh, because you
2.
pulled one back. Wait, that's the wrong one. That goes over here. You didn't pull back
Oh,
the other one.
yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're still at. Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
at 10. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do I want? I don't want. I might want. That might be useful. Alright, I'll buy G3. Fine.
I hope you don't get stuck,
Nope,
Fluff.
I won't.
No?
Nope.
Do you like your money back?
I would like my money back.
To
I
build
would like
something?
to get money,
Ooh,
actually.
how much would you like?
A lot.
Set up for next round.
I think I only get 8 though.
Here you go.
Yeah.
All right. He's buying. He's buying G3.
No, you
No.
didn't buy G3, so.
Nope. It's
So you're buying C1. All right. He's. Oh, nice. All right. I am going to go ahead and do an upgrade here and replace that with this,
weird.
which bumps my population to 10.
Okay.
And I buy G3. Last bit.
All right. And everyone gets one more turn.
Did you pay for that?
Oh, no, I didn't. But I paid
Yeah,
2.
Be helpful if you paid for it.
Nah. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy told me I don't
Why
have
did
to
we
pay
let
for
him get
anything in
that
life.
again?
Reasons. This is per
Yeah.
population next to
Yes.
it, right?
This is a good commercial district.
Yeah.
This is worth 6 now, right?
It's worth for populations. Yeah.
Yes, it's worth 6 now. And it's about to be worth more unless he decides to deny you a crap ton of points. You've actually made him think.
So we're on the 1 turn. No, I
You
know
didn't.
exactly what I'm going to do for this turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you play?
Yes.
Yeah, it's your turn now.
I put a resplendent library next to Acerbic's Grand Insulae.
It's per money.
Gives me
So
For
no
money.
matter
Okay,
which one you choose, she gets a lot of points. Unless you do neither.
I'll be upgrading this
I'm
building
just a bottom feeder.
to a grand insole.
I gotta
Alright,
step up my
So that
screwing
puts
with
you
other
at
people's
9
game.
population. Is that correct?
10.
10.
'Cause I already have
Oh,
4.
right. You're
And
right.
what's the bonus for this round for?
It's
first and second?
7. No, we would all split it as it stands currently. We would each
Okay.
get 7.
Well, the
Okay.
neighborhood's
Yeah.
changed
So
like
there's
that.
there's no weird
hate
split
it.
or anything.
I don't like change.
Yeah, the
Makes me
tiebreakers are simple.
uncomfortable.
I like that.
Upgrade smaller buildings with bigger ones. Yeah. It's pretty nice. Whose turn is it?
It's mine.
Well, hurry up and destroy the neighborhood, would you?
Oh, yeah. That's an easy choice. We're gonna go ahead and put our library down right there, where it's gonna be worth 4 points.
Okay.
It's for any building? No, wait,
No, it's
not.
for every 2 population next to it.
Okay.
Whereas this one takes up 2 spaces, but it's for every population, so it's better.
Alright, you
Okay.
go.
What do?
I feel like I'm going to surprise some people here.
Put down a trio.
Are you gonna do the
That's what he's
civics
gonna do.
bonus building?
What's it's so bonus only goes to number 1 player. Doesn't go to anyone else, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Which is
But
why it
I
would
wanna
not at
make
all
sure it's
surprise me
seven.
if you gave Guilty a bunch of points.
No.
Whoa, what did we drop?
Somebody lost their bakery, it
Oh.
looks like.
sleeve. No, it's blue.
I don't know how that ended up over there. Okay.
How is he
Okay.
cheating? I haven't figured it out yet, but
He's
I'm sure
cheating.
he is.
You mean him, right? 'Cause he's winning.
Oh, uh-oh. Sticker.
Yeah, that one's kind of.
Boo, come on. Last turn.
So for me, for my last turn.
You already said you had it all planned out.
Yeah,
so
I
do
did have it planned out. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of choices to make, so.
Jordan
A lot of
dropping
choices to
buildings
make.
on the floor.
This is why
Just
I'm
kidding.
surprising people.
That surprises me, but
Does it
only.
surprise you that much?
Well, it's
Well, you're giving him more victory points.
Yeah. No, it doesn't actually give me more victory
Mm.
points. What surprised me is that you went for that rather than the 2-point play here, which would have been more points for you without giving her anything.
Wait,
It would
you,
have accomplished the same goal.
do you
for
do you
more
get
points.
nothing?
Yeah,
Too
that's
late.
true.
I get nothing from it, but
Okay,
here,
so library has to have. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Don't.
So
Yeah.
I knew you were going to go for a
I
minimal
see what you're
play,
saying.
but
I in fact should have done that.
but-
but
Alright.
that's okay.
we live and we learn, right? All right. So once again, let's start with population.
11 plus 7 to me, so I'm getting 18.
So you go up to 29 from 11.
Mhm.
You have 10 populations, so you go to 21. I have 10 populations, so I go to 20.
I still only have 2.
You have 2 populations, so you go to 7. All right. Points from commercial buildings, if any. I believe it's just Guilty and I again.
Yeah, it's not me
Yep,
at
So
all.
3 and 3. Points from civic buildings.
You got the marketplace. That's 2.
Okay. Yours is just only next to.
Welcome to the table.
Mine is next to
Thanks for
1,
the follow.
2, 3.
So you get 2 points per coin, so that's worth 6.
Oh, the Domus Maximus, that's not worth any victory points. It's just 1 extra population point.
Correct.
Okay.
But the
So-
population is worth victory points.
Right, but it's the difference of 1 point that I made.
Correct.
For a second, I thought it was 3 points.
No. I have my library, which is next to 9 population, so that makes it worth 4 points.
Board Gamer Mark, it's yes, there are offensive moves against other people,
It's
but I
every
hate
2
drafting against
population
them.
rounded up. Jordan's library will be 5 points.
Oh, rounded up. Oh, so you did actually give me an extra point by
Boo.
making
yeah, I
that
changed
play.
that.
No,
So it was a 3-point swing by you.
Shut
not
up.
I
It's
by
change
me.
it with this.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
right.
please do.
Yeah,
because
she
I got
loves
3
that.
Points.
All right.
You jerk.
And do you have specialty buildings?
I do, and they're both right here. Okay, so this one it's 6 points because it's next to this guy.
Yep.
And then this one gets 2 points because it's next to this guy.
All right. And then everyone gets money based on their commercial buildings, which for me is just a measly 2 because I converted everything.
Same.
It's also 2 over
3
here.
for me, right?
Yes.
1, 2.
And then 2 over here. Wow, somebody's going to need money real fast.
Woohoo!
I'm glad that I stocked up before I replaced all of my commercial buildings. All right, and now we are in the 3rd round, chat. So we are moving into the the finals of the competition.
18. E2.
I'll start with you.
Basically, everything that's available is about to get up for purchase.
Wait,
Amazing.
it's
Yeah, there's a card
starting
for
with
everything.
guilty now.
Yeah.
Right.
That is correct.
Okay. Alright.
So all those things you've been
What's
saving
on
for
my
have
wish
just become
list?
available.
I don't think I'm going to be able to
2?
live my real estate development dreams. I think I'm just going to keep being
E9.
scabby.
Okay.
Because I'm... Let's see. I'm only 9 points behind, but like...
Yeah.
I feel I'm not set up well to put down any of these large buildings, so I think maybe I should just shift my
Do like a civic strategy.
strategy to doing civics and also fucking with people.
That's true.
So
Well, it's
that's always
clear
been
who's
my
winning.
strategy, honestly. Let's see.
Keep in mind that the person who has the most population at the end of round 3 gets 10 points.
Yeah, so there's no way I'm winning. So time to screw with all y'all.
Did I get something?
What
Yeah, I gave you
do
some money.
want?
Thank you.
Let's take what you
I have no idea what the snack thing was. You literally made a Twitch account. Ah,
Oh,
so
well, thanks. Haha, Jordan, go get snacks.
oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So Robert, we have these channel points that you earn from watching the stream, and some we didn't do it for this game, but sometimes we give like things that you can do to screw with people, like making them skip a turn or change their decision or something like that. But the basic one that we have in all streams is we make someone get snacks. I was prepared for someone to choose me though, and I've brought matcha Kit Kats for the stream.
Ooh, quite nice, quite nice.
So we're gonna break these out so that people can try them. Who wants some matcha Kit Kats?
Some matcha Kit Kats.
Yeah.
I'll get a teeny tiny bit.
He would like to bite off the end of one of them.
Just to try it and make sure it's matcha.
It looks pretty.
I like
matcha
do
to
10
me.
push-ups. Let's do it.
I'm gonna
There you
pay
go.
Push-ups.
for
That's horrible.
for
Thank
A2.
Anyone else?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Would you like a whole one or a half?
Oh, I'll take a half. Oh, I thought you meant like an actual half. That's a quarter.
Well,
I can
did-
count,
it's true, I
okay?
didn't specify half a package or.
Live on purpose. Ha, no.
Would you like some?
When's the
She's
last-
gonna have a half left
Oh,
or a
no,
quarter.
I'll have one.
When's the last time we went live not on purpose?
I'm buying I8.
It's been a while.
I feel like every streamer has done that at some point though.
Yeah.
My sin is more often like
Alright.
not forgetting to actually
What's
stop
up live on
stream
purpose?
when I'm done.
Like
Like I put it on like the entry thing and I go
Yeah.
raid and I get caught up in whoever's stream I've raided.
and then you stay live.
And I forget to stop streaming.
I'm gonna just buy the cheap one again. E2.
A2 Jordan?
A2. No, A2 is.
Oh, I bought A2.
Yeah, that's yours. Yeah, A2 guilty.
Yes.
Matcha latte time. That's right. Matcha Kit Kat time.
Matcha, matcha, matcha. I wanna be
A
matcha.
matcha Kit Kat. Oh, why did we let him have that?
Where
I
is
blame
it?
Psychotica. It's right there in the middle.
Oh.
He's gonna get huge points off of that
Well, y'all need to point those out to me because
because you're in reject
Yeah.
mode.
I'm in burn it all down.
Well,
So what have we got now? E4, which could be useful to me. I2. I like that's not going to be super big. He's just going to do a 3 here. E6 could help. Is there anything that gives me population
who has
points?
E5? Is that a Cerbic?
E5.
Is that
Yes.
Yeah. If you buy E6, you deny him an upgrade.
True.
Get it.
I mean, he doesn't care
True.
that much, but of what's on the board, it's the thing he cares about the most, probably.
Yeah. Are there any
At least for connecting your own.
I don't need to connect my own. I need to
expansive
build.
buildings?
It's true. True story.
What is the luxury garden score for? Being next to other buildings of its same type? It's
The luxury
it's got
gardens.
municipal
Oh,
buildings.
it's
Are these
3 points
municipal
for
buildings?
it's 3 points for every civic building that it's next to.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. The switch to civic confused me.
Yep.
Okay. No, that's good.
Should have set up a battleship board and played at home as we bought lots. That's
E4.
amazing. You sunk my battleship.
All right.
That's the
Now, where's
advanced mode of this
A9?
game. Is
It's
you're
down
playing
there.
Battleship as you play this game in a 2-player mode. It's Battleship and Foundations of Rome, or 4-player where 2 people are playing Battleship buying deeds and the other 2 are playing this game. We really you've managed 15 points in a round out of the luxury garden. Wow. That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I mean, sadly, Acerbic is really set up for a luxury garden right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like DJ Flupkins.
He could easily get 12 points from, or more from his luxury garden, which is not good. All right, have a good night, Fluff. Thanks for stopping in on the
Bye,
stream.
Fluff. Fly safe and everything.
Yes.
We'll see you again soon. I'll buy A9 just because it's cheap.
Yeah, deny Psychotica.
Sure.
It's more because it's next to my other things. Oh no, I can't do that.
Oh, you don't have any tokens?
I can't do that. I don't have tokens.
I guess you
so I'm
finally
gonna
have to build stuff. Do you want your money back?
Yeah, I'll take my money back. Thank you.
On the plus side, building gives you points.
Building gives me points.
And you have lots of runs of 2 that you could build decent
is
value. Could be worse.
This is true.
In fact, the Pottery Studios are strictly better than the Domus Maximus for you right now because you aren't trying to
I
win
get
the
more money.
population race.
Yeah.
So they're worth 3 points at the end
But
of the
if I
game.
put those down, then Magic's gonna score more. But that's fine. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at my grade
you could go
here.
there instead.
Could go there.
It's choices, right?
Alright. All those banks next to each other.
I mean, banks are strictly better than Domus's, or bakeries are strictly better than Domus's for you as well. Wow.
Holding an artisan forum.
Nice.
Oh man. I am going to build a pottery studio right there.
You need a companion app just to make the sounds of the building.
Nice. I like it.
Ooh, actually, like we could look for
Okay. Ooh.
I'm going to build.
Oh, I actually didn't want to do that, but that's fine. We can't take it back. That's what we've been ruling. You gonna add it right now?
I am.
This could backfire.
It could be. What do you think about this? Maybe.
Probably not worth it.
I'm gonna build this.
Okay.
Okay.
And my population goes down to 7.
All right. It is your turn. Say, how loud is that?
It's not that loud. Can you guys hear our cute birds chirping now? What did you do?
I built there. I replaced my population with the Quinn generation.
We need chat. Chat is gone.
Oh, we forgot that we had a different scene, actually.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Telling you guys board state in between.
Giving you to you close up.
Yeah. Now that we got so
As
many
we
things going
Cut
on.
off everyone's heads.
No, it's fine. It's alright.
There you
It's gonna be fine.
Look at this live editing chat. Pro strats. Hashtag blame OBS.
There we go.
Boom.
Okay. You put money down here.
Yeah, he did.
And I got money here. I'm gonna get a 9
Nice.
for a pittance. I'm gonna pay 2 pennies for it.
And meanwhile, all the stuff that came up next to you can't afford now.
So I'll be
Uh-oh.
banking.
Which
I'll be
means we can
getting
deny it before it comes
1,
back
2,
around to him.
Do it, do it, do it.
3, 4. So I'll be getting 9, 6.
Friendly as mean as the gamers make it. You know, yeah, it's more of a race. More of a race, definitely.
Um. What can I do here? You know what? These are both mine.
They are.
So you can override two buildings in order to put.
Because
Yeah.
this is bigger than either of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you can get rid of two buildings at once.
Yep. Yeah,
Gotcha.
You can always get rid of them as long as the buildings you're replacing are smaller than the building that you're building.
Okay.
So I had a 3 and a 2, and I replaced them with a 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 6.
You did want it. I knew it.
When it was cheaper.
I never said you wanted it at the current price. I just said you would buy it if
Pay
we let
for
you.
it.
I need to put. I just did. I did that first.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
He did for once.
Yeah.
He actually
Yeah, that's
finally
fine.
remembered to pay.
Okay. I'm gonna buy.
I'd just like to point out that A5, A7, and A5,
It's
A6,
true.
A7 are all
They're
on the
all
board right now,
blank.
and they're all right next to someone who's looking for a 4 in a row and has A8.
I like that all of us are willing to point out what others should do to hate draft against someone else,
I mean,
but
to-
won't themselves.
To be
I've
fair,
been the
hold on.
nicest this entire
Hold on.
game. I'm
To be
just
fair,
saying, I'm just putting it
Guilty
out there.
explicitly asked us to point out where she could hate draft because it's part of her strategy.
I did notice those.
But also, yes. Have you played
But
with me before?
I do want things to be built around things that I put down if I'm gonna place municipals. You know.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
I
it.
got bigger fish, I think.
Should F8 have been an available option, what would have been
Fate. If you had the chance to change your
F8
fate,
is actually still
Would
available,
ya?
Board Gamer Geek. It's and it would benefit almost anyone, honestly.
yeah, just for buildings around it.
It would probably. Who owns this one? Is that
Whose turn is it?
whose is this?
That's mine.
That's yours. It would benefit Guilty the most
It's your turn.
Why?
because you could upgrade it into a corner.
Oh, I guess I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could also upgrade this into a corner.
Ooh, that's true. You got plenty of time.
True.
E4 would allow you to free your market back and block out 3 points from green.
This is true. I'm
Oh.
thinking about that.
That's not bad. F8 is in the deck somewhere, yeah. You're right, R. Smith.
But pretty much, I want to put down things that are like in super populous areas so that I can get their
Well, getting
their pointy points.
an artisan form, which is worth 5 points for you, ain't bad.
What's an artisan?
It's the 3 of commercial. That's not bad for you. If you were to get E4, right? You would have a row, or no?
No, I
No,
wouldn't.
you'd have a row of 2.
But that's fine because I could put it down there.
But E5 and E3 are yet to come up, so that would give you potentially an L shape.
True. I feel like I have enough L's. I just need
It's true. Need time to play them.
maybe.
What do? What do?
Sorry, I had too many options. That's cool though. We're going to take.
Adam. Adam.
Right now, that market is doing.
Adam.
It's true.
Adam.
She's waiting to see what Acerbic does with that 4 in a row.
Adam.
4 in a row.
It's true.
Adam.
You with a
Oh,
4
I'm
in a
about
row.
to start building there.
Right.
So you'll know right now.
Yeah. So then she'll know which of her civic buildings she wants there. Going for something real expensive.
Actually, I'm taking money this turn.
E4, E4, E4. If he's smart, he'll turn it into 14 points. Yeah. That's fair. 9, 8. She's buying A6.
Buying A6.
She's getting the middle blocker.
Sorry.
Oh, that's that is
can't
smart
with
because it
that many
ties with
points.
yours. Yeah, well played. You're done coaching. You can't help it.
Why did they use Remus in this game? I'm so curious.
Romulus.
No, it is Romulus. I've been saying
Yeah.
Remus for fun, but
A5?
yeah, Romulus.
He's got A5.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy I2.
Interesting. Just to screw with them.
Yep.
Fate.
Fate came
It's
up.
finally there, and it's
The
right in the middle of
fate.
everything.
I'm
So
buying money.
someone's civic minded.
I get
Although right
10.
now, Guilty needs markers again.
yeah.
Do we get to build after the final deed has been drafted?
Yes, same as the other rounds. The round ends
You
in the
don't
same
get
way.
endless building. You
Correct.
just get
Okay.
You just get one
Yeah.
more turn of
Okay.
building.
All right.
So remember to build.
Do not forget.
I'm going to put down.
F8. What to do with that one? That one spot could change everything for someone. That could be real interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna put down. Oh, hi, Herbert. Hi, baby. Did you take my seat? A little jerk.
D9, looking at another player who wants it and saying D9'd. Wow, nice.
It's bad.
Sadly, somebody already D9'd it. Here comes the fall of Rome.
Good boy.
The tail on the camera is the best part.
Put this here.
Say hello to the cat, everyone.
Psychotico's turn.
Herbert.
Oh, and now it's Psychotico's turn. Good save. We've saved Rome today.
It's a Roman giant monster movie.
Yes, we're actually playing. We're playing the new expansion to, or the sequel to King of New York and King of Tokyo, which is King of Rome.
I hate you.
Wow, that happened.
I hate
Why
you
did we
a
let him
lot.
do that?
What do you do?
He just put down his 4, and he now has. Is that 16 population?
Yes.
I don't know why you were on 7 population, but you're on
Okay.
16 now.
I am going to buy.
It's
What?
not your turn.
It is not your turn.
I'm red, not green.
Fine.
Oh.
Sure.
Also, yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm at 7. Was it 16 or 17?
You-
I'm at 16
yeah.
right now.
Trying to skip me.
Mm-mm.
I am actually going to take money, which is just 5.
Rome in Rome.
Right, now you can buy the thing that you were going to buy.
Whack and whack back. For
F1. Nice. Well played. Does that give you 4 in a row?
Mhm.
Well played.
I'm going to. That's E5. I'm gonna get money. And
Where did I even
get
put? Oh, I was like, where did I put
5,
mine? I already
7,
lost
8,
it.
9. Legend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend 8 and get F8.
Fate.
8 for fate, chat. 8 for fate. We can do it. I believe.
A1. Ooh, no. Alright, I'm going to build the Resplendent Library.
Nice.
Here, where no one can change their little population points.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to
Well
spend
played, sir.
10 points
I knew what he was talking about
For
when he said
A1.
14 points.
Yeah.
for A1.
Yep.
Yep.
It gets better for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Guilty gets E4. I actually, the only person who wants to deny E4 at this point is you. Unfortunately.
Actually, I don't want E4.
Okay. Great.
Yep. Give me just 1 second.
I want
worries.
to build.
Take your time. Sorry.
F5.
5. is
Ooh,
out.
that
All
actually
of the F's were.
could be interesting.
Okay. Well, let's I'll purchase A7.
All right. I'm going to spend. This is as cheap as it's going to get for me. I'm going to spend 4 for I3. Been waiting for that one for a while.
Alright. Cerbic.
I'm going to build a bonus. There.
Not. Wow.
Going to this.
I'm.
Is this
I'm actually
Stuno?
shocked.
This gives me money for money
You
places.
just skipped out on a 12-point play
Did I?
or a 9-point play.
That's
Yeah. Okay.
I'd rather build.
Burn that.
Alright.
That's fine. I'm going
Well, no, I mean you would have
to-
built for 9 points if you just picked a different building.
It's probably true.
That was worth 9 points if you put it there. That's why I thought you wanted to deny E4
build this
was to
instead.
prevent
Oh,
her
I
from
see.
replacing
No.
it.
Yeah.
So, like, that was massive points as long as you made sure she couldn't get rid of it.
It's fine. I can do whatever I want.
It's worth 4 points at least.
Unless I want to upgrade F4. Robert.
Nah, yeah, E4
Because
doesn't.
it's not giving me any money.
That's true.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I got other fish to fricassee.
Fricassean.
Yeah.
Be building a library here. A
Very cool.
resplendent library.
Resplendent. What's it do?
I get 1 point for each civilian that lives in proximity to me,
Cool.
adjacent to me.
Yeah. I too would like to build a resplendent library because this is a place with lots of population. So I'll replace
Nice.
my population civic building with a better population civic building.
Nice. Cerbic.
Yep. And that puts you at what is that?
That's 15.
15 population. Ooh, we have a race here for population 15 versus 16.
Okay.
What will happen?
Does the marketplace get 2 per financial building it's next to?
Or
Or
two-
2 per.
It is 2 per coin on financial buildings it's next to. So
I'm
it
gonna
scales
buy
really well.
E3. Yeah, I'm gonna buy E3.
Yeah, nice. Go ahead.
Beginning F5. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and build this. We're coming down to the finals here, chat, but I don't think I'm gonna win.
Marketplace is 2 per coin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're in a very good spot for that. Nice. Get that built.
Okay.
Rigged.
I'm gonna put my marketplace right
Yeah.
here.
We're all frantically building before we run out of time.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll place a garden right here.
And I'm gonna buy E4 before somebody gets a chance to get 3 in a row.
Very nice.
D9, or in this case, E4.
Okay.
And that means everyone has 1 turn left, with me taking the final turn. Which, Robert just made that exact
Oh,
point.
no.
This is where players really control the flow of the game in length. I've now
Yeah, you fucked us.
basically made it so that I get to pick the best value move for me with my remaining buildings, which I still probably won't win, but it is an advantage because I get to see what other people are doing with their final turn. And I have a lot of 1s just sitting there in places where my civic buildings could go. So I'll just take the highest leverage move that's left to me.
Yes.
You've only got 2 pegs on the board, dude.
I know. This is important though.
He's trying to figure out
This is important.
which of his civic buildings he should place there.
I'm fairly confident I know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to
I know
double
where
check.
it's going.
Well, actually, the question is, can he win the population battle?
That's why I took it back.
The
You don't have to tell me.
answer is
The answer is no if he
That's
if
why
he
I
wants
got
to
it
win
out of right here.
You
That's
could
why
tie
I put
it,
down this
but you
tree
can't
out so I
deny
could
him.
steal it back once you move this here.
yeah.
So you're getting that population bonus no matter what. It's just a matter of whether he makes you spend your last turn to get it.
I agree with
Okay,
I agree with Streamlabs. Stop letting Jordan win.
I am probably going to get 3rd place.
Acerbic, are you
I need to actually
are you 1 population below me?
Huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You're
He
at
is.
15. Okay.
Yeah. So he has the 6s and then a 2 and a 1, whereas you have your 6s,
Mhm.
2 2s, and a 1.
Yeah.
Wait, that math doesn't. Oh, this one's not worth 6. Yeah, you have 2 6s and 2 2s, and he has 2 6s, a 2, and a 1. So yeah, it's a 1 point difference.
Yeah, and his, I mean.
Meanwhile,
so
I
if we're-
gave up because I couldn't get a square. Because I suck. I did not plan well for the squares in advance.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious as to why you.
Yeah,
think
we
he-
all only.
I'm curious as to why you think he can improve his population. He can't.
What?
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He can't.
Yes,
No, I
he
cannot. No. I absolutely cannot.
He wants you. You realize that he just has to put a domus somewhere, right?
Yeah, on what? He's got nothing.
No.
He can upgrade, boo.
To a domus? He can't
I
upgrade to a
would-
domus.
there are instances on the board where I can.
Oh, he can upgrade to something else.
There's literally nothing. There is actually literally nothing that he could upgrade to. He is boxed in any
Uh-huh.
way, shape, or form, and he can't
He
upgrade.
could take
He
these.
can't. That's a 4. He cannot
Yeah.
take that off the board.
No, dude, he can take these off and use this. Thing.
Yeah, and then he loses
He
6
already used
population
it.
for that.
He already used his 6 population.
Oh.
What I'm saying is he cannot actually upgrade in any way,
He
shape,
could
or
do a
form.
trio right here.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun!
Yeah, it is why I bought the last slot.
I see. So he would up by 1 population in that case.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
2
Just
population.
1. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was going to do this.
Get that
anyway.
Emperor level board game,
That's what I
Mark.
needed.
That's right. Exclamation point KS if you want to check out the Kickstarter.
Okay, that was my best move, regardless.
All right.
So increase
Wait.
your population
Oh my
by
god,
4.
dude.
Oh, did that change my?
Yeah, it
numbers
was bakery.
here?
Okay.
I am putting a luxury garden
So
right
I'm at
here
19 population.
between these
Right.
2 municipal buildings.
Well played.
Fits right well at the neighborhood.
And you're gonna build.
I'm at 20 population.
You can't do that
How come?
because
You have to get rid of 2
it's
of
an
your-
upgrade. You have to build a bigger building.
Yes.
That's a direct swap of the same size building.
Well, yeah. Well, it's an
That's not
upgrade.
an
You
upgrade.
have to get rid of this one. too.
Regardless.
You would have to.
Ah.
Yeah, so you could.
So we can tie.
Yes, so
So
if
you
you
can.
didn't want that, you could in fact lose 2 to gain 2 and tie him.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'd much rather
no,
tie
you're
him.
currently tied.
No.
You could win it.
No, we're not
Oh, did
tied.
you not update yours?
I'm at 16.
No,
you're
this
at,
is blue.
You're at 19.
Oh, how am I at 19?
People
I
stop.
You're at
somebody
9.
moved me.
Think
Stop
you were-
letting
okay.
the colorblind person move the pegs.
No, I literally didn't move the peg. Somebody else put me on 19.
It wasn't
So-
me.
You should be at 10 though.
Sure, I'm at 10, which is also not 19.
It was
Okay.
probably just bumped.
So I'd
So
be.
you're on 19.
Yeah,
Put
I'd be
the commercial
removing
building
that.
back.
So
and then
you still, it's not worth it for you
it's not worth it.
because you'd only gain 2
No,
and you
it
need
was
to
a
gain
commercial
3.
building. You need
Wait,
to swap
yeah,
it back.
That's why.
Wait, no, that's I had.
No.
Oh,
You
wait.
had this
it's
one.
not.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Which is actually better for you at this point because it's worth 5 points.
Yeah, but I don't want him to get the.
I know.
Yeah,
He's
too
going to win at this point. But
Don't let him.
We don't know this.
I don't think there's anything you can do. I don't know if there's any
Just
upgrades
close
you
your
can
eyes
make.
and put a Domus out there, and let's go.
You're
He,
making
he has
me
no
want,
spot for it,
Oh
grape
yeah,
juice.
you gain money.
which is not worth anything.
Gain money.
Get money, get money.
Fuck minis, get money.
Yeah, Robert is confirming that red has no move left because I don't think there's anything that
Yeah.
you can upgrade even from like some twos
Yeah.
that you've got next to each other.
Fair enough.
Who owned this? Is not him, right?
That's me.
Yeah, so you can't do that. Yeah, I just don't think you have anything next to each other.
So what did money count towards the end of the game?
Money, the
Nothing.
actual money is worth nothing.
Yeah.
So I think you are literally done. I mean, you can have
Yeah.
the money
There's
if
the
you
rule
want it
book.
to play with.
Oops.
I'll give
can
you
swap
7 money.
something out for something.
Correct.
Mm,
Yeah. I'll give you the 7 money though.
Thank
Couldn't
you.
you replace?
Lots of money.
He would need 2 buildings next
Yeah.
to each other that he could upgrade to a bigger one.
Well, I do have.
Yeah, you
this.
can work on that, but there's nothing. That's
But
a
you don't
free
have.
There's
But
nothing
one of them
for
is a
more
3, so it
value.
can't be replaced by a 3.
Mm,
Yeah.
You
that's
would need a
right.
4.
Oh.
You
okay.
yeah, you
Okay.
basically need 2 2s together in a place where you can play a 3,
Okay.
Got it.
or like a 2 and a 1 right now.
Yeah,
but-
Because I bought a 9.
Yeah. Basically,
I
you got
bought a
blocked by him or
9.
you could play this.
Hey.
But he got that H8.
All right, so
He hate
Yeah.
drafted you literally.
Yeah, I said
We
that was
called
hate.
it. You hate drafted both of us with that one.
All right, it's your last turn.
Yeah, but just give me 1 second.
Well, all right. I'll think about my
cannot
turn.
downgrade, right?
Yeah.
I cannot.
Correct, you cannot
I can't
downgrade.
Okay.
All right. I think that all of the plays that I make are worth 6 points. No,
I think all of my
That's not
plays
worth
are
6.
priceless. But
I only have one play
It's
that
just
is worth
what I
6
think.
points, and I'm going to make it.
Bakery.
I don't own that. Isn't that purple?
All I'm saying.
Isn't that purple?
She can't see right now. She's not paying attention, and
And why
she'll
would
never...
that? This baker would be worth 1 point to me. Why would I do
know because I'm asking you
that? No,
to mess with.
no.
Can I upgrade this specific garden to this garden?
No, because they're the same size.
Dull white.
I mean, yeah, we all ran into that. But I am going to just go ahead and
Fair
get my
enough.
6
I
points
got my money.
for putting
I'm
my
done.
library in between 12 population, which is so conveniently put there.
Oh.
Okay.
We don't have the trading and stealing module.
This one needs to be glued
All right,
back
and
down.
that was the final turn. So,
All right.
Dang.
population.
2.
2 points for population. I have 10 points for
I
population.
get 29 points.
You get 29
So
points
I'm at 58.
from 29, so you're at 58. You get 16 points, which puts you to
Do we want
43.
to, could you grab that? We'll just scoot it over
Yeah.
to the camera.
here. Bring that to where it can see this. Put it like over here, maybe if you can get
43.
there.
Yeah, watch out for the cord.
Yeah,
I'll go on the inside as
it's
well.
fine. Yeah, you can just scoot this out of the way. Put that right there. All right. So we'll show you the score,
board, yeah.
and we'll tell you what we're doing from the board. All right. So that was everyone's population and population bonus.
Okay.
So now let's talk about commercial buildings, which are worth points, plus the coins they would provide are also worth points. So I only have 1 commercial building, which is worth 3 points and provides 2 coins. So that gives me 5 points and ties me in second place momentarily. way behind first.
Okay.
As a note, you can always check your counts like population on your player board. Yes, absolutely. We were just using the population tracker on the board because we heeded your suggestion to actually keep it up to date.
I have 13 for that.
I
Nice.
I added that.
5.
And you have a lot.
I have 9.
9. That's
This
not good
is
for us.
not...
Yeah, it's worth 5
Oh,
plus
that is
3.
commercial.
Plus.
Yeah, and then another
No.
1. So that's 67, unfortunately. This is getting bad. And I think the only thing left is monuments, right? Oh, no.
You mean civic
Oh,
buildings?
wait. I actually got more points. That doesn't help me that much, but I got another 8 points that I forgot to count. So that puts me in second place at 51 because I built my other big commercial building. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And then the.
Well, I got a
I'm going to
garden.
recommend that we
It's
count
municipal
Acerbic's
buildings.
civic buildings last because that gives everyone else a chance to catch up.
Okay.
So, Guilty, what do you have in the way of civic buildings?
I have 4 different civic buildings
All right.
around this great
So-
city.
Show us where one of them is, and we'll talk about how many points it's worth.
You know, I'm gonna.
Give us the-
that's fine.
Yeah, you can give us
Yeah,
the
I'm
big
gonna
screen.
Switch this.
Because I think it's important for
Oh,
people to
put it
see
down
how
there.
civic buildings are counted.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, do you have any on this side of the board?
I've got this guy right
Can we
here.
live here?
My resplendent library gets 3 points per
Civic.
civic building that's next to. That's 6, right?
Okay, so
So was it
that puts
23?
you
No, I'm
29.
at 29.
All right, where's your next one?
My next civic building is right here. It gets 2 points per coin that it's next to, and it's next to this big ass bank,
So-
so that's another 6 points.
Nice.
Putting me
35?
at 35. I've
And
got this little dinky guy that is supposed to get points for banks, but someone
Foundry.
replace
changed
them all.
things out so that doesn't score at all.
Nothing.
Okay. Do I get victory points for it though?
Robert, just to be clear, she was next to the foundry, which only gives 3 coins,
Don't have to shout.
and so then it was doubled for 6. She wasn't next to 6 coins. No worries. Just clarifying so that people can follow. It's hard to see it, but
I
this one
should've
was worth
gotten
3. He
12
thought
for
you
the
were next to 6.
marketplace?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this one doesn't score, I believe,
Okay.
which is fine. And then my last one is the Resplendent Library, which gets 1 per population, which is 6. So
8.
Aha! 8.
I did that for you.
You
Oh,
did.
Good. Great.
I wasn't
Okay,
thinking about my
so
own points.
43.
43.
All right.
All right,
Let's
I'll
talk
go
about your
ahead.
civics.
So I have the 1 population civic right here, which gives me 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I have my any building.
It's gonna be a close fight for second here.
I have my any building civic. Is that a 3 or is it just a 1?
Just 1. It's per building.
Okay, so 1, 2, and it's
3.
3. Okay. And
So
then I
it's
get
next to 3 buildings, so
3
you get
for
3
that.
more.
And then for the municipal building, I get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, because it's per municipal.
Mhm.
Nice. So that's
2
another
per.
4.
Okay.
2 per municipal, so that's 4.
And then I believe
That's it.
that's it.
Okay. I have 2 municipal buildings. One of them is the library, which gets a point per population next to it. It is next to
No,
two,
per 2
sorry, per 2 population. It is next to 2 6s, so that's 12, but it's a point per, so I get 6 points. So that puts me at 57. And then I have the Resplendent Library, which gets a point per population next to it. I'll kind of go in closer here. And so that is next to, I believe, 9 population. 6 plus 2 plus 1.
It is next to 9.
So that gives me another 9, which puts me at 66, 1 point behind the leader. So I almost got into first place temporarily, but we now for sure know who's going to win.
All right. And the only thing left for me is this guy right here.
What are you?
Oh,
Please
that's so
don't
bad.
do that.
Okay,
Please don't
right
do
there. Whack 1 for each of the populations that's next to it. So we've got 6 here. 6 there, and 2 here.
So
That'd
that's
be 14.
14. So
Puts me at
you go up
81.
to 81. Yeah.
And that's
So
it?
Yep, that's all.
that's the final score.
Okay, good game.
Well played.
Wow.
GG. WP.
We should have hate drafted him.
We should have hate
I
drafted.
hate
We should have
drafted. I
drafted
hate
further.
drafted.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the game, but not the end of the stream, chat.
Ooh.
Now, We
Okay.
get to talk about
We need our
how we feel about the game.
we
Okay.
need our thingies.
I'll
We
remember
don't have-
it, probably.
Are you familiar with this system?
Well, we'll explain it for chat.
Okay.
So we have a rating system where we talk about games that we've played, and the rating system is very simple. We're all going to hold out our fists at the same time, and then on the count of 3, we're either going to give a thumbs up,
Here it
a
is.
thumbs down, or a thumb tilt. And generally, for the subjective categories, it means I like it, I didn't like it, or and then we'll talk about it. For the objective categories, which we'll mention before we get to them, it just means like high, low, or medium. No worries, Robert. We try to be
Crap.
honest and constructive in our reviews, and I know from having met you that you're a good guy who's open to feedback. So let's talk about the design categories. We will preface this by stating that we are playing a prototype. This is not the final production quality, so we're not going to go too in depth here, but I think that there are going to be some people who want to talk about this, so we're going to talk about these categories anyways. So let's start with look and feel, which is just about the design of the game. How do we like it? Is it pretty? Do we like the components? That sort of thing. We're not necessarily looking at component quality because it's not a production copy, but for just do we like the way that this has been designed? So,
All right.
Fist Sal. 3, 2, 1. All right.
All right.
I feel like you had thoughts on this, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna let you go first.
Everything about this is actually really exciting for someone who fist bump.
Fist
For someone who loves organizing board games, this comes with so many organizational capabilities that I'm really excited about. Keeping your buildings instead of just having them in a lump off to the side, but having spaces for them, and the idea of taking them
Right,
off of those
let's
spaces
put
and being
one of
able to
them.
see the
Yeah, I'll clear
VPs.
mine.
Yeah. Here, I got it right here. So having these spaces for them that tell you exactly what they are when they're off the board is amazing. I know that the game, it looks like it's coming with drawers for everyone to just be able to put a player mat with the buildings preloaded on them so that you can just jump right into a game. There's a lot of really clever aspects to how this has been designed to make it as streamlined as possible for a player to just sit down and start playing. I think the design of this is amazing, and it's just gorgeous. I want to walk around in all of these buildings, like having these minis. It's almost over the top, but it's gorgeous. It's fun. It makes me want to sit here and put out buildings. And
I'm very much looking forward to what these will look like when it's the final production copy, because these are already really cool.
Yep. It's definitely a game where I've never really enjoyed city building games per se, but I think this has been one of the very first games, board games specifically, where I felt like, wait a second, we're building a civilization here, which was really interesting. The mechanics are very complex. At
We'll
first,
get to
get
that.
in
We'll
there.
get to that. We'll get to that.
okay, my bad.
Just talk about
newbie alert
look and
here.
feel.
Yeah. It's all good.
Look and feel, well designed, very, very well designed. I really love the structures. I second everything that Sir Rick said.
Cool. I have nothing to add. I think it looks great.
Now let's move on to visual accessibility. This is just an up or a down.
Yep, so this is just talking about accessibility. Basically, are there accessibility problems? Thumbs up means everything seems very accessible. Thumbs down means maybe it could be improved. So,
1, 2, 3.
all right, so we have differing opinions. As the resident partially colorblind person, I'll go with the obvious, which is that the player color choices of red, green, blue, purple are probably the 4 colors you could choose that are the hardest for a colorblind person to distinguish. And the shades of colors that have been chosen in this prototype, at least, are very close together. When you have the small stickers on the buildings out on the board, Like, you could probably see from watching the game, there were several instances where I pointed at a building and asked who it was, because I could not tell if it was red or green or blue or purple. I knew where I picked blue because it was the most distinct for me of the 4. The other 3 I had trouble with. So I would like to see different colors, or at least shades of these colors that are more distinct. Other than that, I thought the symbology on everything was very good and easy to do. So that's the only accessibility note that I have.
Yep. I think that's all we need to say on that one.
Cool. And that's awesome, Robert. You know, like we said, we know this is a prototype, so we know that this isn't final.
Okay.
If the final production copy has different colors or different shades of colors that address color blindness, then that's great. I don't know if anybody else had other things they wanted to point out for accessibility. The color was the only thing for me.
That was
Yeah.
it for me. There was even a time, I'm not colorblind, but there was a time where so when I hate drafted here, I actually thought I was hate drafting against you because, but I'm glad to hear that the colors are being tested on that. Other than that, I think the accessibility, like all the symbols here, everything's really clear, easy to read. So that's been pretty pleasant. And I thought that this would become a jumble, like Bunny Kingdom becomes a jumble, but even this was actually kind of easy to keep track of.
Yeah.
More easy than Bunny Kingdom.
One positive thing I did want to point out, because we were talking about this at the beginning, I actually ended up really liking that the colors of the buildings had to do with whether it was commercial, residential, or civic.
Oh yeah.
I think that made it very easy to look at the board and figure out, like, oh, there's a clump of civic buildings or whatever
I think
as
that
you're
was-
planning.
That was
So that was really
essential.
smart.
Yeah, I was worried about that at first, but that worked.
Definitely. All right, so from design, we're going to move on to
Extremely horrible
game
K-bots.
experience. Our first category is learning, and that is how easy was it for you to pick up and understand the game? What learning resources does the game provide for player references, turn walkthroughs, strategy tips, etc.? Not counting Robert helping us cheat in the chat, although that was a great strategy tip. We appreciate you.
Very helpful.
Before we give this rating, I do want to address the question from Kate Bots, which is how is it for people with poor dexterity?
Ooh.
I will say, for the most part, the buildings are fairly easy to pick up. However, there are some very flat buildings that maybe could be difficult to get out of the dual layer board. Like here, you can see these flat ones. These could pose some problems. I don't have personal experience with what are the challenges for low dexterity, so I can't comment on it too much. That's just me guessing that could be a problem.
It could, but I could see that placing things on this board could get a little difficult. Like we were definitely helping each other out with like even just like trying to balance things.
Right.
But I think it is helpful that these have sort of like the Scrabble board, you know, lane lines on them and like bumpers, so that at least on your personal board
Absolutely,
things
Robert.
can't slide around.
Yeah.
Yeah, much easier than just flat
Definitely
tiles.
easier
That's
than
one
flat
thing that we were
tiles.
talking
Yep.
about earlier.
All right.
Looks
So
better too.
learning experience.
Learning experience. A thumbs up is going to be very easy to learn. Thumbs sideways, it was like medium, and then thumbs down is not. It was bad to learn. Well, yeah, it was much more difficult to learn.
And as a reminder, both for our new special guests on the stream and for the chat, with these later categories, we tend to rate them against similar types of games that we can think of, not necessarily all games.
Right.
Because we think that gives a relative rating for the type of game and the style is probably more useful for you as viewers. So,
What would you guys call this style?
City building.
city building.
And, yeah.
It's like
City
sort of Euro-ish.
Not really Euro.
I mean, anything with these little wooden things.
They're
I
Well, okay.
Euro-ish.
I mean, it is a Euro game in a sense. Like if you're going with the dichotomy of Euro versus Ameritrash, it is
it's
a Euro.
closer
but,
to that, yeah, in terms of how you gain victory
But yeah,
points.
there are many other city building games. So I put it in that category.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
We have a sideways, so why don't you go first?
I'm putting it at medium.
Tile placement. Yeah, that's good call.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it was too hard to learn, but I definitely didn't grasp all the different parts that went into the game until a few turns in. To the game's credit, the rules were very good. I just think it's not as easy as like Between Two Cities, you know, to like just dive into. It is
Okay.
a more difficult city building game, in my opinion. But the learning resources were pretty good, and
That's fair.
the iconography here was helpful, if not a little bit confusing at times, because it's printed so small on these.
Right. Okay.
And the numbers, that's what was like screwing me up a little bit, was like they multiply versus they add, and it's different, you know, that
Right.
I agree with the mechanic, it just makes it a little, you know,
Okay.
takes longer to pick up.
Yeah, I think initially the one thing that I'd say really confused me were the specific icons. I'm not sure if they're focused on stream or
Here,
not,
let me
but
Yeah, we can
Two-
see it kind of.
just knowing what
trying to show
each
you.
element did exactly.
This guy.
So this is the one that I was talking about specifically. So for two population, you get a bonus, and I think that was just like a confusing thing. Just touching back on what Guilty was talking about. Otherwise, everything seemed pretty straightforward to me. I have minimal experience with city building games. I picked this up relatively quickly. I think the one part where I felt, well, this is going to be interesting was when we started to strategize and started realizing, okay, this is going to ramp up by the end.
Yeah. Having read the rule book in my Lyft ride over here, I thought that was one of the best rule books that I've read in a really long time. It started with telling you the objective of how to win, which is something we've talked about a lot on the stream. It very clearly laid out that you only had 3 options for your turn. It very clearly laid out what each of those turns do, and then it told you how each round ended and then how the game ended. And I think that when it comes down to it, you know, we were talking before the stream, and I explained the game as, all right, you can do 3 things on a turn: get money, buy a deed, or build a building. And that is like 70% of the game right there. The intricacies of the game come into what the buildings do and how they generate points and money and all of that stuff. But in terms of just learning the game and being able to start playing it, I thought very easy. So that's a thumbs up for me.
Yeah, same. And since Between Two Cities was brought up, I thought that was an easy game to jump into fairly rapidly. But I think that this was even quicker than that, because there was even concepts in terms of how I was going to act throughout the game and how I needed to get to end game were a lot more clear in a game
Really?
like this than it is in Between Two Cities.
I disagree. Well, I
which is
had
totally
a
fair.
different experience of it.
Which is fair.
With Between Two Cities, I just thought, okay, I know how it's working now, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing really, and it took a game to get used to that. This, I felt like I was able to just plug right in, and there was also...
Well, you did win.
You're gonna disagree with me, but you are much more of a Eurogame person, and
That's-
I'm much more of a
that's
set
true.
collection person, and
That's
I
true.
think
That's
that's
true.
probably why.
Yeah.
That
Because
actually makes-
Between
yeah.
Two Cities is more of a set collection
Yeah.
city builder game.
And then the last thing that I would put out, I don't remember, there was a 6-minute how to play video that was
Oh, yeah.
online that was really clear, really rapid.
Was it on the?
introduction.
Did you get it from the
Was it-
Kickstarter or?
I
Kickstarter
did see
page?
it on the Kickstarter page.
Nice.
I don't remember her name off of the top of my head, but it was very clear, and I would say anyone who has 6 minutes to sit down and watch that instead of reading the rule book is going to be getting just as good of an experience reading the rule book as reading the rule book in terms of learning how to play this game. It's just how you ingest that information.
Interesting.
Okay.
Becca Scott from
Ah.
Geek and Sundry did one.
Nice.
for
It
us.
was Geek and Sundry.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
They do great work. All right. So what's our next category,
That was
Guilty?
Our next category is complexity. How complex are the mechanics? Are there a lot of different pieces or board states to keep track of?
Great.
And this is different from strategic depth, which is the next question.
Yes.
So try and separate those in your brain. I know they're
This is
linked.
also this is
But yeah,
also
this
one
is
of
just
our
complexity.
subjective categories are the other ones. This is more of an objective category in that a thumbs up or thumbs down or tilt thumb does not mean good or bad or anything. It is just this is how complex it is. We recognize that different players have a taste for different levels of complexity. So we're not trying to give our own opinion on what we like. This is just, is it high complexity, low complexity, or middling complexity? Again, compared to other city building and title placement games.
Okay.
So think about it.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what we get when we let him do the countdown.
I understood it perfectly well.
So I think it was 3 tilts and a thumbs up.
Yeah.
So as the outlier, why don't you start?
Oh, I did last time. You go ahead.
Okay. For me, I feel like there is a decent amount of complexity here. You are keeping track of like how much population people have for the bonuses. You're keeping track of people's money to try and figure out what they can buy and try and plan out your deeds. You're keeping track of where things go on the board. I was honestly kind of halfway between a sideways thumb and a thumbs up, and I couldn't decide, and I kind of decided at the last moment.
For me, it was tilt. For the most part, I think this is really minimal in terms of complexity, and I usually like really complex games. Lots of mechanics, things spinning. You might see Trajan sitting over there for another ancient Rome-based game. But this is, on any given turn, you have 3 things that you can do at the end of the day. And you have a lot of different buildings. I think that's where the medium complexity starts to creep in there. But it was straightforward enough for me to not feel like people could easily get overwhelmed with this.
I mean, it's straightforward, but I feel like you can... that's the mechanics side. If we're talking about the pieces and board states, I mean... Once I stopped focusing on winning and just started focusing on doing the most damage to all of you, I feel like that...
When was that? Like,
round
turn
3?
3?
Oh, you know what?
Turn 3.
Maybe. Maybe that's why I'm thinking the complexity is high. But that is how I enjoy playing these games, like trying to keep track of other people's board, personal board states, other people's property holdings, other people's strategies, and I like that there's a good amount of complexity there and a good amount of ability to mess with the other players.
Did you have anything you want to add? You don't have to.
No, I
Okay.
think all bases have been covered.
Great. Next
Right, so
category.
Our final category in game experience is strategic depths. How deep is the decision tree? Are moves generally obvious, or is there a wide range of options? So thumbs up is going to be deep decision tree. Thumbs down is going to be you're railroaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
For better or for worse.
1, 2, 3.
We have an outlier. Why don't you start?
Well, I guess there's a lot of things that you are keeping in mind each turn you're playing. At some point, you do start either losing track of your original strategy, just like what Guilty was talking about, and that is why I rated it there.
Stop.
Otherwise,
You
it'd
can't
be
do that.
closer. Otherwise, it'd
Your
be
city.
closer
All right, fine.
to this.
Okay.
It is indeed pretty complex.
I have a feeling that Acerberic's going to have a lot to say on this topic, so I'm going to make mine fairly brief, which is just that I think that the strategic depth of this game comes from 2 things. One is just understanding how all of the buildings score points and money and how they interact, and the other one is like keeping track of what lots you and other people own and how they could be strung together and upgraded in different ways, which
Right.
I think is really key. And I did an okay job. I mean, I got second, so I feel okay with how I performed. But I didn't get, like, for example, I didn't get any of the squares at all. And I, like, somehow failed to plan for that entirely. So, like, I felt like there was a lot of depth because of those 2 things.
For me, I probably would have gone for a tilt, but there were a couple of times throughout the game where someone pointed out, oh, you could have done this, and I was like, oh, well, okay, apparently I'm not actually paying attention to absolutely everything that I could be paying attention to.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's enough going on in this game that gives you plenty of options and plenty of paths to victory that you have to keep track of throughout the game, which I think can be surprising for a game like this, given how simple the mechanics appear to be right off the bat when you're sitting down to play this.
Yeah, agree. All right, and that brings us to our final category, which is overall excitement. How hype are you to play this game again? Thumbs up is like, you're definitely pulling this off the shelf. Thumbs sideways is if someone else suggests it, then you'll play. Thumbs down is how Jordan feels about One Night Ultimate Werewolf. He loves it. JK. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Wow, that's so many thumbs.
Extra thumbs.
This is buying it.
Robert agrees with me. Yeah, thank you, Robert. I almost won a free copy of that game once, and I was deciding whether I should resell it for cash or just burn it ceremonially. But anyways, let's talk about this
from that game once. It was wonderful.
This is a
it made Jordan
prototype,
mad.
and honestly, it's beautiful as it is. It's very enjoyable. It's fun. I really had a lot of fun playing this game. I'll leave it to that because a fun game is a fun game.
Yeah, as the sore the very by far loser.
We're all by far compared to Cervic.
Fair. I did have fun playing this game, but I feel that that urge to like try a different strategy, and I like games that make me feel like, ooh, but what if I did this next time? Games that you can lose but also enjoy. Lose badly.
What's best for you while not benefiting others as much. Yes, you do that to a certain extent. Like there were a couple buildings that I chose not to build.
Yeah.
Just to not benefit Guilty
Which
here too much.
apparently didn't
at least
matter.
early game. I would definitely give him there 12 points. Excitement. Whose turn?
You go for it.
Yes, I'm excited. I knew that I was going to be excited going into this game, and sometimes that actually bites me. There are games that I've thought very highly of before playing them, just assuming that I would really like them, and that almost feels like a letdown when they don't quite meet those expectations. I feel like this met those expectations and feels like it could be a faster play than I might expect, so I would absolutely be willing to recommend this to groups of 4. And even with 4 people, this didn't seem like it took as long as some other 4-player games. I would absolutely be happy to sit down with 4 anytime.
Yeah. If I had to guess, we probably got through the entire game in less than 90 minutes, and that was with the fact that, like, we are playing on stream and we were slow and we got snacks and there was, like, there's a lot of things that happen when we play on stream that make a game take longer. I don't remember what this game is rated for, but I'm almost certain that it's rated for 60 or less.
Right.
And I believe that.
Yes.
Turns go quickly with this.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
Without us picking up feuds and just playing the game.
Right.
That
Without somebody
definitely-
like constantly not paying for their stuff and
Ooh,
That's how it
Clyde
went.
man.
I didn't
Welcome
pay
to
for
the
anything.
table.
for me, I am okay, rated for 60 to 90, you've done games. Yeah, I believe it.
Makes sense.
I love this game. I think it's fantastic. Since I'm going last, I'm going to use this to launch into the Endspiel as well a little bit. So for me, this game it plays very nicely. I love the fact that this is a game with a lot of depth that is easy to learn. That is like my perfect style of game for me personally. I like games that are easy to pick up but make you think. That is like amazing. I do like games that are like a little bit more involved that also make me think, but if I can find a game where it's just like set up and play fairly quickly and learn it fairly quickly, that's like even better because it means that I can get other people to play with me. Not everybody's going to play Risk Godstorm with me. So, as far as who would want to play this game, I think if you are a fan of the city building genre, this is perfect for you. Just straight off, I think that much is obvious.
Absolutely.
I think if you are not generally a fan of the city building genre, this may still be for you, as I think you pointed out earlier, where it's like, it actually, I think a lot of city building games, between Two Cities being maybe one of the other exceptions, a lot of city building games feel a little bit more difficult. My complexity rating was a thumbs up, but the learning experience was also very good. I think I was thumbs up on all three categories for that part. I think that this is a game that I can already see would play very interesting with 2 players. And so I think it scales well between 2 and 4. And also, you may not have noticed because we didn't talk about it much, but you play with more or less of the board depending on how many players you have. So with 5 players, you use the full board. With 4 players, you take away a row and column. And 3 players, you take another row and column, and so on down to 2 players. So you have more or less space, which constricts your options, which keeps everyone having to interact with each other and everybody's buildings having to be close together. I think that this game is beautiful. So if you're somebody who if you're a person who likes to buy games for the pieces, for miniatures, that sort of thing, this is a gorgeous game, and I can already tell it's going to be amazing when the production copy comes out. I think one thing that comes up a lot with games that are in this price point, games that have lots of pretty things, is the game actually worth it, or are you just buying the stuff?
Right.
And with this game, I usually avoid games like that. I am usually a no for games in this price point, for games that have just stuff. I don't care about minis. This is a game where I would actually say, yes, it is worth it at this price point. For me,
It's a really good game.
this actually makes me change my mind. This is an example of a game in that realm that is an exception to my rule. And I'm very excited to play this game, and I think there's a reason that it already is so close to $1 million raised on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We're right now at let's refresh.
I'm looking forward to the Monuments
Let's
expansion.
refresh.
$971,374 pledged.
All right. Well, we've
Almost 7,000 backers.
got 30,000 in the house. Let's
Yes. So I highly recommend everybody go get this game. I think it's going to be an excellent game. I think it's going to be an instant classic. Clearly, Emerson Matsuuchi strikes again with an amazing game. So yeah, that's everything.
It looks so good.
Yeah, that's.
Once again,
Look at that
exclamation
Emperor.
point KS in chat to go check out that Kickstarter, or you can just click the link right there.
I got you.
Definitely check it out. There's 21 hours left, so there's not a lot of time here. We are the final bastion. Well, maybe we're not. Maybe there are other people who are going to be featuring it after us, but we are one of the final bastions of the campaign, showing off Foundations of Rome. This
This was so fun. Thank you for sending this to us.
Yes.
We enjoyed it.
Thank you, Arcane Wonders. Robert, who came in from Arcane Wonders, thank you for sending us this prototype, letting us feature it on the stream. It was great to have all of you here in chat. We are going to be ending our stream here, but if you're watching live, stick around for the post-show, wherein we will be right back momentarily. But for now, thank you very much for watching.
Bye.